What's up, chat? Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons here on the Tales of Valnaarmn campaign. My name is That Forking Guy. I am here to direct and keep the party going for what they need to do. I am the Dungeon Master. We have other people who are involved in this campaign, and we're all here to have a good old time. So I hope you guys are here to enjoy Dungeons & Dragons content. We're going to get back in to where we left off last time. Before we jump back in, I'm going to make sure that these people are not talking about things that they do not want on the internet before we jump back in. And yeah, we're going to see what happens tonight. So let me make sure they're all good before I jump back in. We'll give them a couple minutes here to make sure they read it. But yeah, welcome in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. For anybody who's hanging out, we're going to get back into it. I don't have any sponsors or anything like that. So before we jump back in, I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend and hopefully a wonderful Sunday. I played golf today. And yeah, it's just been a grand old time. So let me adjust this a little bit here. There we go.
The most terrifying moments.
All
of my
right,
life
guys.
was dropping someone off at a Mormon church, and then all the Mormons looking at me, staring at me. You're not one of us. Why are you here?
Hello.
Okay, I'm on stream.
We're on
Hello,
stream.
everyone.
We're doing
You're on
things.
stream. We're on
Panties
stream.
is that? Panties is.
Panties is the only streamer here, professional streamer.
Yeah, we're like uber jealous. They're so good at streaming.
Ooh.
Yeah, I stream once a year.
Yeah, but like that's all you need. Everyone shows up. That
mean,
once.
If I
You're
streamed
not
every
wrong.
day, it would be like 1 year per stream.
Which paid me for last year, even though I didn't stream at all, and I was very confused. I got a $50 paycheck in once, and I'm like, why? No
Because
one
people are still subscribed to you.
Why?
They just are. It's like a subscription. You forget, and then you're like, "Oh right, I've been subscribed to this person for 4 years."
That's how
Whoop.
Twitch makes money. What?
True.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back. We took only 1 week off this time from last time.
Really?
So
Only 1 week?
congrats there. Yeah.
It
1
feels
week.
so much longer.
Well, it's because last time we played Valheim, not D&D.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't
But-
remember what's happened.
It's fair.
To get back into things, our intrepid adventurers traveled across the seas into a new land where their new companion, Kazur, introduced them to some unfamiliar tropes, social tropes, and a new city that they had not been to. After visiting and talking to one of Kazur's friendly compatriots, the widely known Icky, they left their wizard in the careful grasp of the Order of Delventia and made their way up a mountain to meet the patron of the Order of Delventia, Skyreamer. They traversed the mountain, came across a few perilous instances, but made their way up to the top, passing a kind of incredibly strong monk type that fought all 4 of them and did a pretty good deal against all 4 of them. But they passed the test and proceeded forward to Skyreamer's lair, where they encountered the crystal dragon Skyreamer that appeared of quartz and crystal and gave them a task to find one more of the keys located in a dungeon to the north of where her lair is. And in attempts to make a bit of a quicker travel, they took the same boat as Rose, who had begun a separate task, one to travel westward to encounter a different city that needed a bit of a firmer grasp on the political side of things in order to kind of ring in the nature of the city. With Rose departing, the other three stepped off the ship and decided to make their way into the town of Port Salah, a town of mischief and gambling and just general riffraff. And as we left off last time, the three stepped off the boat and into the wake of a seemingly lowly bard that is being tossed out of a tavern out on the street in front of them, dressed in what seems like semi-luminescent clothing and what appears to be a jellyfish hat. They're not entirely sure, but
Yeah.
that's where we pick up. So you all three are walking through the docks. A bard with a instrument is tossed out on the dock in front of you with a luminescent glow to them and a jellyfish hat thrown on top of them afterwards.
She gets up, starts dusting herself off, and grabs the hat and then puts it on. The hat is like, as I said, like a jellyfish hat, and then there's beading that like comes off of it to be like the tentacles that like cascades down.
Is it like?
God, I hate this city.
Is it an actual jellyfish, or is it like just styled to look like a?
Styled, yeah. It's not a real jellyfish.
She's gonna be stinky.
She's a blue-skinned, short. She's like 5'1", and she has like fins and stuff that come off of like various different parts of her body. I know there's like some like coming off of like her face and like her neck area, and then she has like bright golden eyes. Yeah, she's short. Her clothes look nice and well made, like a finery, but like they're hidden underneath this strange armor you have never seen before. It's samurai armor because she's a samurai. And she has 2 swords, a bow, and she's currently brushing herself off of the dirt. To which she goes, "I'm doing this the wrong way." And she brings up her hand and snaps, and she's instantly cleaned.
Are you alright, dearie? Do you need me to kick someone's ass for ya?
Darling, that would be wonderful for you to do, but last thing I need is to lose patrons. So no, thank you though.
You know, why are you talking to this clown?
Clown.
We need to keep moving.
Clown? That's not my profession, thank you.
I don't care about your profession. We'll be on our way.
We say bye and then you have to make it.
never hang out with my character.
There's more on the other 2 of you. Like, I don't know how I can do my character justice. Or like,
Bye, never talk to you ever again, and then I just leave the D&D campaign.
I'd like to hear a little song, actually, Kazoo.
Oh, so you're gonna be my new patron. Well, I can provide music, but of course I need coin for that.
Right, how much we talking?
How much you willing to give?
That is a very interesting question.
Ina's not good at haggling.
Man, I thought you would control Ina in this town. I told you that this place is bad.
No, what?
Hi, Goofin!
You've been.
I'm gonna. I don't. How Fork?
Yeah.
How much would you give someone to play a song? Like, I'm not gonna give like 10 gold.
Oh
and,
God,
like,
do I have to actually sing? fuck.
No, you don't.
No.
I mean,
No, I'm going to sing.
it's kind of dependent on the performance. It's kind of up to the people who want to pay it. But I mean, for a higher quality town, you'd throw silver and gold, depending on how good the performance is. And for a lower quality part of town, you'd throw, some copper and maybe a silver if they were really good. So
Okay, so
you
you'd
haven't
probably
heard.
Well, I'll just ask her. How much for a little ditty?
How much for a little ditty?
How much
I've been
do
a
you
bard
want
for
to
a
charge?
while.
How much do you want to charge for a little
Yeah.
ditty? That's all up to you at this point. You've been traveling. You've been to many different cities and different climates of clientele. So
Fun fact, I'm so used to opening Rosaline's like fucking thing that I opened Rosaline again instead of her gins.
You're gonna chop
Shit.
his head off.
So yeah, this
I
is
wanna say-
all up to you, Nudes.
Can I put? I guess depending on what she states, I would like to say I want to put an insight check because I know this town is greedy,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
and so I kind of want to put a contested insight check if I think she's overcharging.
I would like to nudge Ina because I know she's not used to like. Well, at this point she kind of is, but like, I'll nudge her and be like, "This is how you get rinsed by performers."
Yeah, but
Okay, I'm just gonna make up a number because generally I don't, as a player, know how much. So I'm just gonna make up numbers, okay?
It's just how
Um,
greedy is your character.
Well, darling, typically I charge around 5 gold pieces, but since you're such a precious little gnome, I'll charge you for 1.
one, no, artists need to be paid for their art. I'll give you 5.
Generous and beautiful. My, the gods have blessed you.
Kazura, go ahead and
No,
roll your
I nat one.
roll your check. You nat 1,
I
okay?
want nat one.
What do I roll?
I mean,
I mean,
since he nat 1, you don't need to roll anything unless anybody else wants to roll
Sweet.
against it. But
I rolled a
Fucking
8.
try me, mate. Do you know what my deception fucking skill is? Plus 14. Fucking try me.
Holy shit!
I like this character.
Fucking try
I
me.
love
So-
charisma characters so much.
Jen, you see as the small dwarven figure in front of you is not necessarily trusting, but isn't untrusting. He's just kind of indifferent to you. The shadowy dark figure with long black hair is kind of eyeing you, but like obviously he's just, stink eye eyeing you, and he's making it very obvious that he doesn't trust you. And the gnomish figure in front of you is
I'm
staring
used to this.
very eagerly with 5 gold in her hands, ready to enjoy the serenade that you are about to give the company that has approached you after being tossed out from the bar.
Well, I appreciate your patronage. I shall give you the best performance I can.
And so she like holds out her hand. I guess you give her the coins and she like slips it into her pocket and then she picks up her samisen. I think that's what I called it. What did I write? Shamisen. And then she claps her hand before she does anything and her whole outfit starts to glow because she's, got a whole bioluminescent like
Damn.
she's from the ocean. Trust me, Kazur, I knew she glows. I'm a nightlight. She glows.
Oh my god.
Yes. And then as she before she strums, she opens her eyes and her eyes go completely white. It's as if her soul is reaching out to another universe entirely to pull out a song, and she begins to sing. Our hero claims a warrior's heart.
I tell you, the Dragonborn comes
My grandpa
with the
used to
voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord arts. Believe, the Dragonborn comes.
Yes.
So,
Every time
oh,
she
sing.
sings,
Out of my
every time she sings, she's gonna sing a fucking song from a different video game or franchise.
God, that's
That's why her soul
Fantastic.
reaches to a different universe entirely.
Oh my lord.
I love it.
Hell yeah! I can't wait.
I
till
love
we
this as a player, but
Mhm.
my god, will my character hate this?
I
Well,
know.
you
I
know
knew that.
So, as Ina hands over the 5 coins, you all sit outside of this fairly noisy bar as the bard in front of you begins to strum and sing this enticing song. And it kind of washes over you this relishing fact that there is, you know, in a town of mischief and roughhousing, a little bit of calm can be brought upon you by somebody who can sing the way that they can.
Hmm.
I would also say that in general, is it okay if I say that in general she always feels enticing? She's supposed to be, her whole thing is supposed to be siren samurai.
Mm.
I like that.
That's the whole thing.
As she's singing, you're drawn in a little bit closer and you all find yourselves within 5 feet as she's... It's a she, right?
It's a
Okay.
she.
As she kind of embeds this song into your mind, you find yourself stepping closer and closer until you're all within almost the same circle as she finishes the song, and you all kind of stop and look and find yourselves all drawn closer to this environment that she has brought upon you all.
Interesting tale this time. I wonder what dragonborn this was. They must have been very important.
You don't know this.
Wait, you don't know of what you sing?
Oh, of course I do, she says.
Insight. Right.
It just comes to you then.
Yes,
much
I'm
better.
an artist after all.
Do I roll deception? The song, is it okay for that I added this late? Is it okay that like she has this magical force where she sings songs from different lands but she doesn't know them? They just come to her.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception or persuasion or deception. Don't tell us which if you don't want to, but Kazura, what was your roll?
26.
Oh,
Oh, 25!
Oh.
dun, dun, dun.
So as she says this and that she doesn't really know, it just kind of comes to her. From what it seems like, she is wholeheartedly truthful about it. She believes that she doesn't know where this comes from and it just kind of came to her. But there's a little hint of, does she or does she not? You read a little bit outside the lines and you can figure out that she's not entirely truthful, but it seems like she believes that she's truthful about it.
But were you lying and said you'd know where they were coming from, or were you?
Well, she said, yeah. You asked her if she knew that song or she knew where it came from, to which she said yes. So that was a lie. But then Ina said, oh, the music just comes to you, to which she said yes, because that's true.
Okay.
So you get that she doesn't necessarily know about the song, but she knows the song.
Are you from these parts? Or are you a traveling musician?
Oh, I'm from a faraway land. Don't worry about it, darling. I am a traveling musician for now. I just go around looking for my purpose. And if that includes singing for patrons such as yourself, then so be it.
I like that.
That sounds fun. Kazura, doesn't that sound like fun?
Wouldn't you want her
I will
around
give
in your
the
group?
most death glaring look at Baron for saying that. Just the biggest side eye you've ever felt in your life.
I know that my gods have sent me on a journey. One day I hope I find to complete that said journey. That didn't make sense, but it was a sentence.
Which god do you follow?
She says a name that I can't say because we're still workshopping the gods.
Say what you wrote down.
Okay. Let me write it down.
Tritherion, god of individuality, liberty, and retribution.
Zoinks.
You. She points at the painting that is like glowing on. It's like a painted symbol glowing on her armor, and it. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of looks like. Let me try to find it. It looks like this.
Would Baron know who Tritherion?
Yeah, that's my question too. I'm like, I feel like
All three of you can roll religion or history, whichever is higher, if you want to make an attempt to
Yeah.
find out.
But they're the same fork.
I put the symbol
I
in
gave you the choice just in case.
I feel like religion might be a better roll.
16.
23.
24.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
have +8 to religion.
Nice. All right. Baron, the god of retribution and the other things that she
liberty
stated,
and self-defense.
liberty, self-defense, and retribution. It kind of rings a bell, and could possibly be something similar to what you guys are used to in the standard pantheon of gods, but you don't recognize the name Tritherion. The
that makes
other
sense.
two of you, let me get my book out here.
Baron wasn't too religious before he became a cleric, so I don't think he'd be well versed in the other gods.
His life is only Moradin.
I promise, guys, I'm working every mental jump I can in my head to like get a confirmation for Kazur to be like sure she can tag along.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
like- I'm
I
like, I
know.
gotta find something I'm curious about. I gotta find something.
She can't be a
The
security
armor.
threat.
I'll say some things that hopefully will hook your interest.
The other two of you with the 23 and 24, just kind of talking about the aspects of what her god is for, rings bells in your head of Bahamut, one of justice, one of bringing people to mean what they mean, and for those who go against it, bring retribution against them. And it doesn't necessarily exactly fit Bahamut, but it definitely has that same tie into Bahamut's realm of justice and law bringing that you're used to. And you can get the feeling that given the physique and stature of this character, it might not be the exact same god, or it could be, but they fall in the same realm as Bahamut, if not the same under a different title.
So good. Good game.
Yes. Depending on how you look at good, but yes.
A religious individual in this city is rather rare.
Yes, I've quite noticed. The city's a little.
Vile.
It's a little. How do I say this? What is the common word for it?
Debauchery?
I guess.
Don't
Sorry, I'm still learning common.
Oh,
What's your
What's your native tongue then?
Primordial, the language of the Triton.
what the frick?
Damn it, I don't know that one.
Ina, roll a history check for me.
If I turned into a squid,
He would be
Not
able to talk
exactly.
to you.
Or
how funny!
but
Okay.
you can talk to her when she's an elemental.
So,
Yep.
Ina, the other two of you have no idea. But Ina, being of nature and focusing on a god that focuses all on what natural beings are, you were taught that way back before even your teacher, your grandfather were around, there was a being that would present themselves from the sea to gain offering or gain bearing on where they were at. These people resembled fish, fish mixed with a humanoid figure or something like that, that didn't have any animosity, didn't have any trouble with people of land, but would every now and then, when they were lost from where they were traveling, if the sea currents changed or the winds changed or something like that, they needed to find a way home. And they entitled themselves the Tritons, Tritons. and they were seemingly merfolk, for lack of better term, but could travel beneath the waves and above the waves as needed. And though they mostly stick beneath the sea, guarding certain realms and certain areas, every now and then they would make their way above land and make purchase to find out where they're at and what they need to do to get back to where they need to go. They're not by any means common in any area, but have been known to spur rumors of mermaids and treasure because of their rarity and their lack of social interaction. When one is seen, it is often regarded as a good luck charm, though nobody in this town believes in good luck.
I do. By my very eyes. A Triton.
Yes, I am one of those.
That's good luck.
Triton.
We don't.
Triton is good luck.
We don't have tritons where I.
You know, I've heard that a couple times from you land dwellers. What is it about good luck in seeing me? Though I won't deny it makes interactions in certain areas very positive. I get free room and board sometimes.
Ooh. That could come in handy for us, guys.
Yeah, we usually have to pay more.
I'll be honest, I'm getting the exact opposite vibes of a good luck charm here. Kind of
Stop being
stick
so
out.
rude.
My, aren't you such a downer? You
Well,
remind
it's
me a
more.
lot
It's.
of...
Go ahead.
Wait, would she talk about the people who the dark elves? Would
That's all entire, and that's all up to you.
Do they not like them?
It's, how much do you reveal?
I'm putting no reservations on you or your backstory. If you have things you would like to say, then you can go ahead and say it. I gave you the backstory information that
Yeah,
I
you gave me
did
the
for a
backstory.
reason, so.
Also, when I'm a fish, can I speak fish? Or no?
She could speak to you when you're a fish.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
Yeah,
Um,
if you beast shape into something, you speak whatever that beast speaks.
So if you are like a fish or like a sea creature, she can speak with you.
Yes.
You're giving
But
too much power. Holy shit.
actually, I think there's a thing that I can speak with you, but I don't understand you word for word. I just know like body language wise what you're saying to me.
It's like
I
beasts
don't
can't.
speak exact fish. Yeah.
It's like
I
how
don't.
druids would, like, or how I think it's how gnomes operate with like little animal. Or wait, no, not gnomes. How
Druids.
the big guys. What are they called? They're
Furbolgs.
blue.
Furbolgs.
Furbolgs.
Yeah, they
that's how
can they
furbolgs
can
work.
speak to things, but they can't understand when they speak back.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing with tritons and fish. I think they're.
Yeah, it is. Like we can understand by body language and stuff. Like if you're like, "There's danger," but I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, he's like reciting a soliloquy to me right now, and it's beautiful." Like,
Like, tie a note to a fish. Go find Skipper for me, please. And then they swim.
what was I trying to say?
You were
I
trying-
don't think she would compare you to a drow because a drow is much more negative to her. She'll just say,
Aren't you just a downer? That's no fun.
It's more of you stick out like you're a literal flashlight. You're a lantern glowing right now.
Oh, this is for performance purposes. Of course, I've been around the block a time or two, and I know that being this bright isn't always wise.
she snaps, and then all the glow goes away. She has prestidigitation.
That's much more preferable for me.
Well, I won't be like this all the time, but if the thing is neat... Wait, why am I discussing this with you? It's not like I'm gonna go following you.
You have to convince her too.
So we actively these two have to convince you to come with me while I am actively I don't what wow this is all right. Panties, Brandy, good luck.
Well,
I trust y'all. Y'all can convince us.
You said you've been around the block a few times.
Yes.
We're going around. We're making our way around this block, but we kind of I mean, I don't know these lands. Ina
So
doesn't
you want an
know
extra hand? Ben, is that what you're implying?
I mean, just like a guide that can.
I mean, I know these lands. Am I not a good enough guide?
Ooh, downer. The word's getting around. Does
wait.
Kazur know these lands? Quit trying to fight my convincing. I'm coming
Wait,
up with.
I would know.
does my character know about the order?
Oh,
As I
God.
said, she's been traveling around as a bard for a while.
Roll a d20 for me. Don't add anything. Just roll a d20 for me.
Oh God. This is chaos. I love it.
One.
You have no fucking idea about the order.
No.
How long have
Okay.
you been here? In these lands? We just got here, pretty much.
I'd say given your exhalation and your travel and they getting there, you've been in this city for a couple of days. On this continent, maybe 2 weeks.
Wait, I've only been exiled for 2 weeks. I feel like it would have been a few years.
You've been exiled longer, but as far as
Yeah.
these quote unquote these lands, it's been a
Okay.
couple of weeks.
She says,
Well, I've been in the city for a couple of days, and this continent itself a couple of weeks. Before this, I was on.
what's a different continent?
Masaborum, is that the other continent? Hold on.
Saborum, Terra Glacia.
Yeah, Masaborum is the other one that you would have spent a lot of time on, which is
Masabora.
where Rose is heading towards at the moment.
Of course, if you need some travel advice there, I'd be obviously great help, but help doesn't come for free, you see.
Well, I got to be honest. Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to pull you aside.
Pull who
Me?
aside?
Jen.
Okay.
You don't know my name yet. None of you guys asked my name.
You haven't asked her name yet. So the
Pull this
small
beautiful
gnomish
woman aside.
figure grabs your fishy hand and pulls you away from the other two.
Oh, is there something, darling?
I'm whispering it, so. These lads are pretty boring. And I'm not gonna lie, your song was the most exciting thing I've had. Like, happy, exciting, not fucking death-defying, scary, exciting thing that's happened to me in a hot minute. And I would be happy to pay you to play me some beautiful music.
Oh, as your
Personal
You know,
bard.
I've heard about gigs as a personal bard and have always wanted one. And you have the coin? I wouldn't say
Kazor,
no.
Kazor, roll a perception check. Because I know you're trying to pay attention to everything. Baron, if you want to as well, you can. But I feel like you're not
Baron's hard of
as... Yeah. Baron,
Hazel is
the
here.
bar in front of you, you peer inside the window of the front of the building, and it seems like there's 4 or 5 different casks of ale that are in there that are different. 18.
Baron's gonna make his way in there while
Van,
everyone's
Van, where are you going? Van, where are you? Oh God.
First,
Um,
there's no beer on the boat.
As Baron goes entering into the tavern that the bard was kicked out of, you can overhear in your ear Ina is conversing about hiring as a personal bard to take along with you guys to play music and just generally have atmosphere as opposed to lonely travel.
So I am overhearing the conversation.
Yes, you do
I'll
overhear
just
that.
speak bluntly straight at Ina. Are you considering hiring this bard?
No.
I don't even think I need an insight check for that one.
No.
Your passive insight's good enough. Yeah, she's obviously
one.
hiding something from you.
I mean, if you're paying, that's not my business. What is your name? Bard?
Oh, well, it's. And then she says something completely like you don't have any clue what it's like clicks and,
Bubbles.
like.
But I find
Yeah.
But I find you land dwellers have really tough time pronouncing it, so they've given me a nickname. Many call me Gin. Gin Sake. It's named after the alcohol of bars I've been traveling to for some reason.
You're named after booze.
Yes, well, my nickname is Booze. My real name I was named after.
And then she goes off of like a tangent about talking about like what her real name is from, which is probably named after an ancestor who brought honor to her clan, and she was raised to follow in their footsteps and blah blah, like random stuff like that.
Una is
But yeah.
extremely interested.
But in the end, I've lost privilege to that name, and you may call me Jin.
What?
Am I calling you booze?
No.
But I tried to say it. What? Can you say it one more time?
She says it again, but again, it is like it is not your language.
But you know, once the fish try, because you can have the fish sometimes. I'm gonna cast speak to animals or whatever, and I'm gonna pretend I'm speaking to a fish.
Every time we talk to Jin, Ina has to cast speak with him.
Speak with animals. You translate for me.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't have it. I need to speak with plants.
Oh,
Just want you to know
you'll
I
have to wait.
Margarita
You'll have to wait till
playing in my head
tomorrow.
now.
I'll still try.
Because you're a fish person, and you're named after booze. So
the
my
small-
brain's like, booze cruise.
The small gnomish figure beside you begins to speak out in some sort of similar yet very adjacent sea language, that you make out a couple of hints of words. She's trying, but it's obvious that she doesn't normally speak anything of sea language.
I will say, I would say that's a wonderful effort, but nowhere close. Closest I've ever heard, though.
Ooh. Can I learn languages? Like, what do you mean?
It takes a lot of time, and it's kind of up to the DM's discretion, discretion. Depending on what you want to do, I will possibly allow it. And given that you're working with somebody who is a sea-bearing folk, I'll possibly allow you to speak some sort of sea language, but it'll take a long time to adapt and educate yourself on an entire language. You can feasibly learn kind of like how Rose's bird learned like danger and what's up ahead and look out and stuff like that. I'll feasibly allow that to be a shorter term learning, but learning an entire language is obviously going to take a strong, especially for something that's not spoken in words. It's spoken in, like she said, clicks and bops. It's going to take a lot longer to learn that as a non-spell casting feature.
Could Ina learn Elvish?
Once
Would that be,
again,
like, the same?
it would be a shorter amount of time, but it would still take a long time to learn.
Okay,
So
noted.
Jin, are you capable of bearing and keeping secrets and effectively shutting your mouth off?
Depends on the situation. If the secret is something vile and I believe it needs justice, then no. But if it's something I believe is just, then sure.
What about the threats of your life depending on the secret being held?
My life is worth nothing if others are in danger because of a secret.
Oh man, that doesn't help. That could go either way in my brain with interpretation.
Baird, while they're talking, you step into this tavern and walk up to the bar where there is a grisly looking bartender. He's human, kind of scraggly and thin. He's got a very rough shaven beard that's just kind of just scraggly and all over the place. Bulbous nose and sleek black hair. It looks like he hasn't really like washed it or anything in a while, so it's just like greasy and off to the side. And he's just, yeah, what can I get you?
I just need a
And
quick
why
one.
you kicked me out?
A quick one? I got
need a
you.
quick one.
Borulian brew. I got shit. He turns around
Sounds like you've been having a couple Berulian brews.
you
brother.
know, can't say that I haven't. This is what we're here
Yeah,
for.
that's
So,
alright. I
Hey.
trust it's good then. What's the deal with the fish?
oh yeah, it's just not kind of our vibe here. She's very slow and kind of just manic about her interpretations of music, and we prefer to have a little more lively things going on. So,
I'm gonna look around. Is there any music playing now that she's gone?
I was gonna change the music, but seeing that 3 of you are outside and 1 of you are inside, there is music playing, and it
Oh.
seems to be
Sea Shanty 2 from RuneScape.
it is not sea
I
shanty
really
2
want
from
to
RuneScape.
imagine it's Margaritaville. Bum, 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 bum.
It seems to be pretty lively. There are people that are up and kind of, I wouldn't say dancing, but they're definitely moving with the music, and it just seems a little more lively than what you heard from the bard out front.
Hmm. And
I
she
did
just would,
sing Dragonborn Comes, which is a slow song.
she wouldn't stop then? That's why you had to kick her out, or?
Well, you know, you get enough patrons that are too angry about it, and we just gotta deal with it. So we just kind of gave her the boot, as it were.
I hear that. Been there before.
Here's your taggart. That'll be 3 copper.
Okay, I'll toss him 3 copper. And I'm just gonna fucking hammer it. And then hammer it like hammer it.
Oh
not-
no, but like slam it on the table when you're done.
That too. Yeah, you're right.
Strong man. I
I
like
thought
that.
you meant literally like you're just smashing the tankard with your mace.
No.
You just say fuck it, hammer it,
Damn it. Pick
That's
up
how
on
I
my
consume
lingo.
my beer.
just smash it.
I like to see a man finish his drink. If you need some more, we'll be right here.
Alrighty. Have a good day. And I'll just leave. I'm just
Okay.
going. 3 copper.
As you 3 are having this conversation about if she can keep secrets or not, Baron steps back out, kind of wiping his beard of the ale that he just drank.
So they didn't like your music, eh?
Well, bad taste, bud.
I'd
Everyone has their own opinions, and they're allowed to have them.
No, fuck their opinions.
Hi, Jazz.
Hey. Are you? I mean, I'll say it a little quieter, but you like a wizard or something? I mean,
Oh.
what you did with your
Wizard. Oh, I do have magical tendencies, if that's what you're asking.
You're not a cleric, are you?
Oh, no. I wasn't blessed that much by the gods. I wish.
Is that part of being a trident? Like, would Ina know that?
I was just
Having something.
jealous. If she would also was
Jealous?
blessed. No, I didn't say that out loud. If she was also a cleric, I'd have an inferiority complex.
As
No.
you guys are all talking about this, the music begins to pick up in town. It seems like there is a large party that seems to happen at this moment. A lot of the taverns begin to
Why?
bump up and have a lot of happen. Baron, make a perception check for me.
13.
13. As the music begins to pop up, you begin looking around, and you're not used to seeing such a town and extravagant means. The streets begin to fill. People begin to move out of certain establishments and exploring the streets. The rest of you see this as well, but Baron, what you see is on the... You wouldn't know it. You watch as up in the sky, these large... It looks like leather-filled giant bulbous things begin to float up in the sky with a metallic base that sit in the bottom. They're chained down towards what looks like the edge of the city. You're not familiar with the edge of the city, but it looks like they're chained down towards far off in the distance. And the city, or the houses and towers begin to break off the actual location of where they're chained down to. But you see these large bulbous leather things that are floating up in the sky with these metallic bases that sit on the bottom.
So like,
It's
are
like
they taking off? Is it like a big balloon, or is it something that's like it's attached to the ground? And it's
so you watch them take off, and then they kind of hover in one spot, the chains being pulled taut and holding them into one spot. It's like for player reference, it's like a hot air balloon being held by a chain so they don't go too far, just to keep an overwatch of everything in the surrounding area.
I'm thinking like hot air balloons, but like from like the Fire Nation and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's a very good reference.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not canvas on the outside, it's leather, and they're stitched weirdly, but he doesn't see this. All you see are large leather bulbous things that are brought up into the air, held down by chains to something that you can only assume is a stone structure on the outskirts of the city.
I'm gonna point at it, like, oh, ah. Baron
Are
doesn't
you
use it.
outside with Jin?
Yeah, you
She
are all
looks at
four
it.
together now.
Does she recognize this?
You
She's been here for a
recognize
few
it-
days.
I would say you recognize them from being here for a few days. You don't know much about them. You just know that they're up there to keep a watch over certain aspects of the city. Some of the more rambunctious areas that tend to maybe some more of the physical altercations of the night.
Oh, yes, that's the patrol here. They are. What is the common word? Vigilant.
Quite
That's
a
gonna be
vantage point up there. Huh. I knew the city was undesirable, but I didn't think it had that many to warrant that effort.
I mean, it
Undesirable.
seems like a pretty cool party now. And everyone's at. It's good news for you. What's your name?
Jin.
I'm Baron. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Baron.
Oh, I mean, no, I'm sorry.
Wait, how tall is Baron?
You're what, 4'11"?
Something like that. Yeah, he was like
He's a
tall.
tall dwarf, I remember that.
Yeah, he's like 4'11".
I didn't want both Ina and I to be like just tiny. tiny.
Yeah, she's 5'1", so
So
she's
he's
only a
like-
couple inches taller than you.
And well,
This is
oh
gonna
yeah,
hurt my neck as a party member.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's not a bad thing you got kicked out of the bar. That everyone's coming out here. The bar is coming to you.
True. I should set up posts somewhere and try to earn some money. I'm a little low on stash today.
What I know for that
Yeah.
our coming mission likely demands more help. Like, from my tactical knowledge and awareness of the situation that we're about to go into,
Roll
Would
a
it be-
general intelligence check.
I'm trying to
I'll
give myself
give
some
you
reason.
advantage given that you know these lands and you know Skyreamer. So, general intelligence with advantage.
21.
21. Given what you know about the lands and that there are definitely unexplored areas of it, I would say you don't necessarily think you need the help, but it never hurts to have more than what you need. You and the two others could feasibly get it done, but it never hurts to have an extra person there along with you.
I will say, I did say she had 2 swords and a bow on her person, so she is armed currently.
Yes.
2 swords that are like one really short one and one really long one hanging in sheaths sitting at her like hip, and then a bow on her back.
I'll acknowledge the like. I'll point to the swords and be like, "Are people not too friendly to Tritons around here?
Oh, that's just.
She looks like she's a little bit emotional about it.
They are memories of a past life, and they protect me to this day.
So you haven't used them in a while.
No, I have.
You could say she's like getting here. She had to travel through like forests and seas and stuff, so she fought like various creatures.
Do they have names?
Yes, they do. It's me, Noodle. I name everything.
Just asking, expecting you to go totally opposite.
We're like,
I name
no.
It's a fucking sword. What are you talking about?
Do you remember all? Okay, she's inspired by Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. Jin has his swords were named different things too. So, did you actually ask her about the names?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's strange. I've never been asked that before. But yes.
She pulls out the long sword, or she doesn't pull it. She kind of just lifts it a little bit. It's not unsheathed, and says,
This is, well, in my native tongue,
she says again,
but I found that the translation means soul reaver or something of the sort.
Oh. That's dark.
Oh wait, I need a.
She has a cat too.
I have a cat. And then she points to the one that's smaller underneath it. It's kind of like a long dagger, but not quite a short sword yet. And she says, this is, and then she again repeats in her native tongue and then says,
I've heard that it's called the Storm of Fa Kala.
Ooh. Damn.
Kazor, roll a history check for me.
Loinks.
The other two
So
of you
what
have
was it?
no idea.
Afakala?
The
what
storm
did you
of
say?
Fa Kala is what she said.
Allah.
Okay, I actually remember the word Fakala for some
Mhm.
reason as a player, so
Mhm.
I feel like I should know that.
There's not
25.
a 25. Kazur knows this. The other two don't. Fa Kala is a far off land, not far separated from the Terra de Glacia. It is another one of those world bordering continents. It kind of spans one of the sides of it. You guys do not have a post there. You never have had a post there. Any attempt to make land there has been met with resistance and lack of response from your teams. Anything that has been sent that direction has been disposed of, and no intelligence has been recovered or brought back. So you know it is a dangerous land, and you know that it is not something that you guys have really, you don't mess with because you've sent too many people there that have not returned.
Sunk cost, we learned that just it's not worth the price anymore.
Exactly. You know that there's people there and there's something there, but you're just
it-
like, there's no
I'm
point
trying
at
to
this point.
remember. Was it Arakakra? Right? Is that
Nope.
the same land or no? That's not the
You
same land. Okay,
and
Fakala.
Kazur, yeah, no, the Eric Cochran, that was from the four islands. You got
Gotcha. Okay.
as Kazur, or not as Kazur, as Yugen, the Eric Cochran were intermingling with the Dragonborn on Beamstore, but that was
Gotcha. Okay, that was
something entirely different. Yeah, you guys
Gotcha.
have no history
Fakala.
or knowledge on Fakala aside from it's dangerous and people that go there don't come back.
What do you know of Fakala?
She raises her fish eyebrows.
You immediately notice a complete demeanor change in Kazur.
Fish eyebrows.
More than the common person.
How much for this knowledge?
Her eyes narrow as she doesn't feel comfortable with this conversation.
As you're talking, the streets get more crowded and crowded as the sun goes down, and you all are now at the twilight hour of this town as people are beginning to move from tavern to tavern and bar to bar, drinking, being merry, and gambling more and more. The streets are crowded, and words can be heard.
Kazur, can I
What?
talk to you for a second?
If it's non-important, there's quite a bit of ruckus now, but sure.
Everything I say is important, but
Well,
yes.
I mean over mission importance. Like, don't say details.
Okay. I'm gonna pull Kazura to the side and just go. I mean, we're not getting anywhere tonight. How about we test the waters with?
Well, this individual is incredibly interesting to me now.
Yeah.
They have
mean-
Sorry, I
information
had to
need.
stop my cat. She is tearing open a package of pasta.
Not the past.
No, but how about we just party tonight? Just a bit.
Well, I don't party, and you know this.
I know this. I'm trying to get you to
Fork,
party.
I'm
trying
I'm about to ask you a question, Fork.
But how about we just? I don't know.
You want
Hang
to
out.
relax? Okay. You want to relax and make friends with this new person, I'm assuming?
See if they're worth kind of bringing along. I know
No, we
we're
can
kind
use
of
assistance. I'm not
Well-
going to lie.
missing our heavy hitter.
Well, this one
Okay.
doesn't look like a heavy hitter, but no,
No,
we could
but-
use assistance.
The
I agree with
Magic.
you on that.
I want to be
Sure.
talking to your cat. It's just so incredible. Where do you even get something like that made?
Oh,
Wait, where did she get this? This is I told myself I'll come up with random lore shit as I go.
Welcome to being a
It's,
DM.
it was passed down from my family. It's an heirloom of sorts.
Hmm. That's incredible. Wish I had things like that.
Isn't all
I
of
just-
Venus stuff passed down?
Yeah, well, it's what I found.
Passed down from someone.
Also, whispering back to Ban, also, partying isn't necessarily a bad idea for this individual has information that I would like to gather, and maybe alcohol will loosen her up.
I mean, dwarves do a lot of drinking. It's a good way to get to know
By
someone.
all means, promote the consumption with her, if it will allow me to get information.
That I can do, my friend.
Alright. Well, Jin, I'll immediately break away and like put on a false facade a little bit. Well, Jin, so you've been in town for quite a few days.
Yes,
So
haven't
you
made as
know-
much money as I'd like.
But you know the good places to relax then.
Do I? Imagine I would.
You know,
Well, it's
of-
certainly not this place.
And she points at the bar that just kicked her out.
I was gonna say, you know, from the talk of the town, you know the higher class establishments and the lower class establishments, and you've kind of been trying to pick your poison of the kind of mid-range places to find your home and your foothold in the establishments. As she points behind her, you look and see the sign that's called the Bastion's Baron, which is the bar that you're currently standing outside of. That did not particularly enjoy your candor, as it were. But there are many other towns. The Magistrate's Magister is one of the higher class taverns that you passed by through your adventures through the town.
Is there a
one of-
hookah bar?
there can be. One of the lower.
I think she'd be into a hookah bar.
one
I
of the
will say,
lower
Kazura
class.
does smoke actually.
One of the lower class establishments is the Derringer's Dagger. It's on the southern side of town, seems to hold more of the riffraff. There's, as far as you know, Jin, usually fights there every night. There's a few other places that are in town that I can name off if you would like, but those are the upper echelon and the lower echelon, and then there's things in between, including the Barrister's Banner that you're currently standing at.
It's
She
just
What
like
kind of
repeats
weak that?
Jin that my friends here are acquaintances, more of companions.
Come on, we're right here.
Well, it's more of you
Interesting
two are
word
significantly closer to each other than me.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you're
being aware. But yeah, It's just that my associates here recently had to say goodbye to a dear friend, and it's a little emotional, and maybe they need some relaxation.
Well,
Could use some
apologies
assistance.
for losing your friend. Death is never easy.
Oh no, not like she just left.
She's
The-
dead.
Oh.
She
She got
dead,
promoted, really.
and I
Oh,
brought her
well.
back. But
She died? Did you just say she did die and I brought her back?
she died.
You have the capability of that?
And why are we talking? Oh, good lord, he loves to humble brag.
But a Moradin does.
You are a worshipper of Moradin. I've heard a lot about that from land dwellers. One who follows such a good god, I look positively upon.
Likewise, I don't recognize your god, but I'm sure it's nice.
The values are admirable.
Do we the party's out on the docks right now. Do we have to go to this is a DM question. Would we go to a bar, or is there like vendors out here
So
to go beer?
if you look at the map that I've got you set on right now, the red square that's like the upper middle part is where you guys are currently kind of standing outside talking to Jen at. That small little rooftop section is the Barrister's Banner that you're standing outside of. There are plenty of other bars and other things in the area. It just kind of depends on where you want to go. If you want to head into the Barrister's Banner, or if you want to head elsewhere in the city and find a different bar that might be less or more antiquated. It's all kind of up to you guys. So you don't necessarily have to. You can travel down the bar and or travel down the dock and talk amongst yourself if you would like. But the city has kind of grown to the same noisy level throughout. It just depends on where you find the bar that you want to go, where you want to go to, whether it's a bar or not.
I will say, if you want to go to the bar behind us, I will not join you.
We won't give them
Yeah.
You
your
pick the location, we'll follow you.
I've already been there, done that with that bar.
Where's the hookah bar?
Down to go to another one. First round.
Genuinely. Is there one? If there isn't one, that's fine.
Go ahead
It's
and
got the
roll.
shrooms.
Go ahead and roll a charisma check, Jen.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Her number
no.
one trait.
Oh, no.
It should be if
What will
you're a
the bar-
bard.
What will the bard do? A charisma
I
check?
I opened Rosaline again and I was like, why do I only have a 2? I swear it was higher than that. There you go.
I'm gonna have to go take my contacts out soon.
I'll be honest, I
Aw.
think that was
16.
scale found for quite a
16. All right. So as Baron asks us, you say, well, come on with me. I'm sure we can find something. And you begin moving down the streets, asking questions if there's a more of a laid back smoking tavern as opposed to a drinking tavern. You're eventually led to Mathilda's, which is spelled just as you would expect.
bit. We're smoking meth in here, Methilda.
My mother's name.
Mathilda's. You're led to Mathilda's, which is very much what you would expect of a smoking bar. It is, you know, many tables laid out amongst themselves. Let me circle where they're at with a. Let's go with
Dancing tea
this
please on
yellow.
tables.
Meet invisible thieves.
So that yellow box that is down the street from the red box is Mathilda's. That is more of a leisurely enjoying the bar as opposed to a lively tavern that some of you are used to. But you approach and ask for a table. They assign you one and you're set down, and there is in fact a medieval style hookah pipe in the middle with 4 or 5 different pipes leading off of it. A waitress seats you and yes, I suppose I'll be the one helping you, so if you would like anything, please let me know. Can I get you anything in the meantime? Currently we have a plum fruit and vegetable variety in there, and we can change it if you would like. But
A waitress with a different voice, please.
I love
for
her.
the moment,
That's a joke. That was a joke.
for the moment, what we have is what the most popular is. People seem to enjoy this flavor of hookah is what I will call it. But if there's anything else you would require, let me know. We do have three different ales on tap, different liqueurs available, and wine, of course, by the bottle or the glass, if you would prefer.
I would like to try that flavor. I hope you don't mind that I smoke. It's an interesting thing I found to enjoy after coming to land. It's not a thing in the sea.
Ew.
Don't think you can smoke in the sea. That kind of makes sense.
It checks out. You know, I didn't believe that she was from the sea until she said that. Yeah, I mean, we'll take a round of your ale.
Is there
Have water or tea?
water and tea? Fine. Is there a particular ale you would like? We have the Peruvian brew, of which you
Those are
might
good.
know about, or the Algalian ale, or the Peruvian parsnip. It's quite spicy. I don't like it. However, you might.
I feel like this waitress doesn't want to work this job at all.
Girly, I
don't-
feel ya.
Like, is this just like something to relax, or is this like gonna do something funny? And this smoking.
As far as I'm aware, it's kind of a sit back and enjoy. I don't think it's really a psychoanalytical thing. You usually have to go farther deeper
But is
in
it just
town,
like
if you know what I
tobacco, or-
mean. This would be more of a
There's a type.
this would be more of a tobacco-based kind of smoke.
And
you would
Jin being Jin
prefer-
is like,
There's one that makes you feel different.
Yes, very much so.
I can neither confirm nor deny. However, if you would like to indulge, perhaps head deeper. And she looks to her side, and there's a small, like, sewer grate type thing on the base of a step. There doesn't appear to be any way to get down there from here, but she's very heavily insinuating, like, if you go somewhere else, you can possibly find something a little stronger.
I don't know where that else thing would be, but you
Exactly.
know, you could go there.
I'm gonna look at
But
Jen like,
as far as the ales go, the Peruvian brew is that suffice for you all.
Oh yeah,
Parsnip,
Ina wants
parsnip.
a parsnip.
Oh,
Pilsner,
of
whatever.
course. The Parsculian parsnip,
oh,
of
my
course.
fucking title thing still says first lead.
Ah, oof.
Oh no.
I'll come back with 2 of each, then whoever would like to try whichever can. Is there anything else I may help you with for now?
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. What's
Fun
your name?
fact.
Sorry?
My name is Cerulia Bahrain, if you would like to
Cerulia.
Cerulia.
speak of
I
my
rolled-
importance or not, that is entirely okay.
I rolled to see if Jin was attracted to her. She got a 5. Sorry, Cerulia.
But
As soon as
she
she walks away, I'm gonna go like, so we smoking, so we smoking sewer.
No, not yet.
before she walks away, she liked the, like, it almost looks like a pile of charcoal at the top, but you know that that's not it. That's just what heats the element underneath to provide the actual smoke of which you are smoking. But you are now at a semicircular hookah table with the smoke in front of you and a waitress providing drinks in the future.
Jin is partaking in the smoking, and somehow is not coughing at all. She's doing great. Good for you, honey.
Roll a Constitution
Sure.
saving throw for me.
She blowing smoke out of her gills.
Hookah's a lot easier to smoke, though. To be fair,
I've never
Then
done
what?
hookah.
Then what?
and like cigarettes or something, because it's hot. But like hookah is very cold. You don't realize how much you're inhaling because it's cold. It's not like a hot smoke.
The weeds.
That's why people put ice in their balls.
A 5.
True. That's true.
That's a 5 on her constitution.
So Jen is acting like she's not coughing. The problem with gills is that you can keep your mouth closed and it still like spins outwards. So she inhales and then and you watch as puffs of smoke come out the sides of her neck. Perhaps she's not as expertised as this as what you thought she was.
Yeah.
You know you don't have
Joey,
to play up for us, right?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'll take one of the tubes.
Yeah.
Too.
Speaking of playing up,
Ina, roll a Constitution saving throw.
2.
Baron, you're fine. You got nothing for it.
Right?
22.
Oh, Ina, just. This is just like at
Blows the
home.
perfect circles, the perfect
Yeah,
O's out of it.
Yeah,
Can I
Ina's
please-
blowing O's, just making fucking spaceships and shit in her smoke. She's good to go.
Through her,
What was that?
a ring through her ring.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 21.
Hey, all right. So as Ina's sitting there breathing O's and making shapes in it, Baron kind of steps to the side of her and blows some smoke rings through Ina's smoke rings as well.
Ina will be impressed.
It's our
Okay.
I did not know that the two of you smoked.
They've lived a long time. You start running out of shit to do.
That's fair.
Oh my, how long have you been on this beautiful planet?
That is a good question. That I will. 155 years. Wait, what day is it? Baron's birthday is coming up.
Oh, I never.
We
We wrote
wrote
it
it.
down.
We made a note of it last time. Somebody made a note of it last time.
Baron? His birthday
It
is
might
the
have
last
been
day
me.
of the year. So
I'm scrolling up in the chat.
I just know that Baron would know his own birthday. I don't want to. But I'm 155.
No, I'm all the way up.
I don't remember for sure. I don't remember for sure. We'll say your birthday is in 8 days, Baron.
I'm writing that down.
And what was your
8 days?
birthday? If it's in 8 days, then we can determine what day it is in the year.
Last day of the year.
His birthday is the last day of the year, so 8/31.
It's not that far on then.
Okay.
There's 8 months.
We were in the
So,
7th month. I think.
We were definitely in the 7th month.
No, we had gone through Rose's birthday, which was 8/16.
Did we really?
So we did.
This is when we also had the plan
Then-
for the winter.
Okay, so
That's when-
8 months or 8 days actually kind of fits perfectly then. Because 8 into 8/31 would be 23rd, which would be 10 days after. Oh my god, that fits almost perfectly. So yeah, it is the 23rd day of the 8th month, which I have names for all of them, and I sent them to Kazur, and I don't remember them at the moment. So
Yeah. To answer your question, I'm 155. Still a spry, young dwarf, middle-aged dwarf.
You know, I'm still learning about the land species. Is it normal for you to live that long? Or what's the average? Sorry, it's curiosity.
Different for
Uh,
everyone.
I think I would have to look it up, but I think around like 400 is
400 to 500 is
Yeah.
dwarf, and I think 800 to 1,000 is elves.
Yeah.
We usually
And gnomes are even older.
No,
I think gnomes.
Elves can live to be 4,000 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
elves are.
gnomes are the ones that are 800 to 12.
Yeah.
I think then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still longer than our species.
How long does yours go?
Roughly 200 to 300 years.
It's more than I got.
Yes.
Ina's got us all
Hmm.
beat.
I'm gonna live the longest and have the best life. What can I say? That's why you gotta live
Oh.
la vida loca. I always say it.
Is that
What
Gnomish?
language is that?
It's gnomish. Well, it's kind of from. I kind of come from a pretty
As the small gnomish figure begins to buckle down laughing at the age of her ancestry, the waitress returns with the 4 pitchers of beer. Yes, this is the Peruvian brew of which we spoke about before, and this is the Peruvian parsnip that we discussed as a little bit spicier as things tend to go, but these are yours, and if you would need anything else, please feel free to call me over. I would be happy to assist you further. Until then. And she
Thank you,
departs.
Cerulia.
God, I hate her voice. I don't know why. I just do.
Well, we hate you. How's that?
Ina, that's a lie.
You're right. That is a lie.
You would be dead without me.
That's true.
Dead. My, do you have interesting stories to tell? Are you what they call adventurers?
I'd say that.
We'd look at her like, here. No. We are merchants.
I don't think it's harmful to tell her that you've been around the block or two, Bam.
Yeah. We've been around that block.
Well, not that. Well, I guess that block too, but I'm more. I mean, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, we're away from home. We're on an adventure, you could say.
Where are you from?
I will let y'all decide to answer that, and I will keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, bit bopping around, you know.
Yeah, just a little dwarven village. You probably never heard of it.
Yeah.
Likely not. As I said, I am still exploring the lands myself.
You said you're exploring the lands, and so your city's underwater? Your home?
Yes.
I did not know such a place existed. This is cool.
There are many cities under the sea.
Holy shit. How many cities do you think we passed over when we were just fucking riding in our boat?
True.
The party was under the water.
I will be honest with you, I'm not particularly good at math.
Neither is
What
Ina.
does math have to do? Okay.
To perform an estimate of such levels? I could not do.
You're telling me that the entirety of the oceans are covered in cities.
Oh, well, no, of course not, but there might be 1, 2. Can't give you a number.
I don't
You're
know.
really
Actually,
bad.
Fork,
You're
I
really
take
bad
this
at
back.
math if you can't
I take
count
this
to
back.
5.
Fork, how are those like cities around the ocean? I take this back.
There-
I retcon this until Fork
This-
confirms.
This is the point of my failure, is because I was supposed to come up with these
Yeah.
before this all happened, but I'm,
Yeah.
let's be honest, a lazy piece of shit.
Oh,
But
No.
there are 8 Triton cities that are of your like grouping, and they are spread out amongst the seas. So it's not like there are 8 cities, local to each other. There are 8 among the area, and
Okay.
I will get those to you before the end of this week.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
I have like
Okay,
half of them written. It's just the problem of I've got to write out all of the everything for them. So they will be there, but there are 8 that are of your like that you're aware of, but they're not right next to where your city was.
Okay, I will retcon that. She is bad at math, but she does know that the ocean's not just covered in cities. She says,
There's, I think, roughly about 8 that I'm aware of throughout the ocean. Major cities.
8 more than we knew about.
I'd love to visit one day.
I highly doubt you'd be able to unless you have the capability of breathing underwater.
Ina's gonna turn into a fish quickly, like flop on the table for a second. And then
God,
turn
I
back to you.
hate when she
The
does
small
this.
gnomish figure turns into a small.
Oh, I can't actually. Can I
You don't
just
have
do
it?
You have beast. You have animal shape. You can transform into a fish.
I know, but my I used it already. I haven't rested yet.
Have you since
You guys rested
Yeah.
on the ship
Yeah,
for
we,
sure.
Yeah, we rested on the ship.
Can't turn into a fish.
Turns into
Jabber,
a small-ish size sea bass and kind of flips and flops on the table for a second, and then it turns back into the small gnomish form that you once knew.
Aaron, when she's a fish, she's
You turned into a.
like
You turned into a.
sorry, go.
like in It's Always Sunny when they grease up that watermelon and throw it in the pool, and all the kids try and grab it. That's
What?
Exactly.
I don't
they
think
yell,
I've seen this Always Sunny.
I know
episode.
what you're
They
talking about, and
grease up
yes,
a
that is
water-
fantastic.
they lose the watermelon or whatever, so they just grease up Danny DeVito and then try and grab him. Anyways, I'm trying to grab her like she's a greased up watermelon.
You turned into a, and she says like another word in a language, and she's like,
Well, if you have that capability, then yes, I think you would be able to see the seas. Though I would be careful about which particular creature you would turn into. If that's the only one you could turn into, you may become someone's dinner.
All right, which ones would be safe? A giant octopus?
Well, my culture, we do consider
octopi.
octopi.
octopi sacred, as well as, I think you call them horsefish? Seahorse.
Seahorses.
Yes, we never harm a seahorse. They are sacred.
I can be a god.
You don't
Not a
harm
god.
seahorses?
No.
Well, seahorses are very cute, but I'd rather be a squid. At least I can grab things.
Mm,
Squids
just
are in it.
don't be what you were. That's a delicacy.
Kazur, go ahead and roll a perception check for me, Kazur.
Yay. 24.
24. As you're sitting here listening to your compatriots talk with this Jinsake and just kind of keeping a surveillance of the area as you normally do, just kind of as a self-preservation kind of thing, you notice a singular soul sitting at a booth. It would be like a normal 4 or 5 person booth, kind of the same booth that you 4 are sitting in currently, talking and smoking in, sitting by himself, his hand kind of, or his head kind of in his hand, just soaking his soul, as it were, in the booze and smoke in front of him. Nobody else around him, really, just kind of by himself. The rest of the folks in this area seem to be celebrating quite greatly, as this guy is kind of a solemn individual in the middle of a grand spectacle, as it were.
So he's just like, he looks sad. Just by
He's
himself.
depressed.
He looks distraught, yeah.
You know what's
That's odd.
minor illusion of like a little flower blooming on the table in front of him.
Mhm.
Cheer him up with a little flower.
Well, you don't see this. This is just Kazura that sees this.
Oh.
You all are all lost in conversation.
Here's
With Jen.
off the
That's
tobacco.
odd.
Handle your shit, Ina.
That's a bit odd over there.
As Kazura points this out, you now all see this solemn individual at a table across from you, like across and diagonal from you guys. That's just kind of sulking in his own self-wallow.
Now Ina's gonna do it.
Okay. You use your druid craft and craft a small flower across the table.
That was her favorite flower. Sorry, I'm kidding.
To be honest, he doesn't even notice it being spawned across this table in front of him.
Jen, let's see how well you. Do you mind if I put you to a test a little bit?
I'll be very honest with you. I don't trust you, so this
That's
test...
fair. I don't trust you either.
You
It's not
trust-
life-threatening. It's not. It shouldn't endanger you.
Mm.
I want you to see if you can cheer that man up. Maybe get him to get you some information. Get him to tell you about his worries and sorrows. I want to see how well you can play people.
You want me to manipulate him?
Yeah, actually, yes, that's frankly. There's 3 gold in it for you. If money has to manipulate you.
She's looking at the man across. What can she tell from the man?
Roll an insight check for me.
She's not particularly good at those.
That's not a man. It's a death knight.
You're on level 13 now. You can take him. 13.
13.
You glance over at the man that he's describing, and you kind of look at. He's got his head held in his hand, a tankard in the other. He appears very solemn and just like there's a heavy burden slowing him down. You don't really grasp any other than that, just that he is in despair and not necessarily looking towards anyone else in the bar, but just kind of drowning himself in his own sorrows at the moment.
He releases a sigh and goes, "Know that I'm not doing this for your gold. I do it because he does look out of sorts." And she gets
then I'll
up.
keep my gold. That's lovely then.
She gets up and walks over to the gentleman with her shamashin.
With her guitar string.
No.
All right. So you walk over, and there's a.
Is he a
fairly-
man? Like a
Yeah.
human man. That's what I mean.
So just a general average build human male. He's got long, scraggly, kind of reddish brown hair. It's not thinning at all. It's just kind of pulled back. Most likely he's some sort of sea worker of some sort, whether he's a fisherman or a boat hand or something like that. But it appears that he's just in the dumps, really. He's got his face burrowed in one hand, his hand on another tankard. He's got a couple of empty tankard next to him now that you get closer to see what's going on over here. There's a few copper and silver laid on the table in front of him for whenever the waitress or waiter that comes by next is there. And you approach, and he kind of glances up at you and then looks back down into his hand and doesn't. He acknowledges you're there, but doesn't say anything as you approach.
She says,
"Hello, child of man. You seem to be down. Would you like a song for your soul?"
Right. What do you mean, a song for my soul? Are you some
Something
kind
to
of
cheer you
singer? Cheer me
Yes,
up.
actually.
I'd like to see. Go ahead, see if you can do it. I don't know if you've got the guts in you for it, but maybe it'll make
She
my
has
night
a
better.
very She has a very soft smile. Again, as I said, she's supposed to be very charming and like pulls people in. I'm looking through songs right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
She-
this is Sorrow and Sadness from Naruto.
She's like looking at him with her hands. They're webbed, and she's kind of like placed it on her mouth as she taps it, and she's like, "I'm thinking of what best to sing for you." So she doesn't choose her song, but she chooses the vibe.
Cool.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Vibe choose. Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Vibe check. Da-da-da-da-da.
Your soul seems a little down. Perhaps you'd like a song that is soothing.
Yeah.
Prefer one that's antagonizing, I guess.
That is not the lyrics. Shut up. I have to look for the song.
I'm ready for the weekend. Hey!
The Weekenders.
These
Bet
boots
your
were
I
made
know
for
my rent was
walking.
paid a week ago. I can't wait up. Gotta just let it get off in this club. Have me a good time. Before my time is up. Let's get it now.
Kazur was the bard all along.
Oh,
Okay.
y'all would never want me to play a bard because I would be sinking constantly.
Okay. She gets the semicent and starts strumming, and then she sings. Farewell all to earthly remains. No, that's not it. Desperate plea, just feeling love beside me.
Oh yeah.
The
This is supposed to cheer him up.
I said it's a song to soothe his soul.
Oh, okay. So it's like a cathartic one. Gotcha.
Sunk below the mortal sea, her anchor weighs upon me. Fasten a tether onto me, that she may rise to sail free. Don't look back. Okay, there you go. That's the song. That is
What is that?
the
from?
lament of Orpheus from Hades.
Yeah, I knew exactly what it was from the first line that you said.
Mm-hmm.
The figure in front of you as you reach that pinnacle of what you were seeing kind of places a hand on your own. Tears kind of welling up in his eyes.
Do I have to
Please.
press performance?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
This is not a substantial moment to the story, but please, I appreciate your
Something cheery would have been too fake.
candor
You needed something that
into-
spoke to your soul.
And I do appreciate such a thing being presented. However, I'm not sure that they're gone at the moment. However, you and the folk that you made your way from appear to have substantial being about yourselves. Perhaps you would indulge an old man's fantasies, as it were, that perhaps this person I've lost is not lost and just unfound at the moment. He looks at you longingly.
Of course. company helps soothe the soul when someone is missing, I guess you could say.
Indeed. My beloved went traveling eastward in attempts to find some lost treasure. Fucking idiots. Found a treasure map and believed that it would lead to our escape from this jail of a city. See, once they get you in, you don't tend to leave. And he believed he found a way out, and I haven't heard from him in about a week now. I'd just like to know that whether he's okay or not, that I can move on or wait for his arrival, and so far I've been awaiting nothing. Would y'all help me?
She doesn't even look at the other three because, again, she doesn't consider that she's part of you yet. But she sits at his table and goes,
How can I help you?
Well, I have a inkling of which direction he went, and I have a better grasp on what he was looking for, but I don't know where he wound up or what may have crossed his path on the way there, but I'd be willing to give you the information that's of what I know, where he went, and a general location, if you would promise word of his demise or otherwise upon your return to town.
Of course, and if that soul has passed, I will try to bring his corpse so that he may be properly buried.
To
If
be
not,
honest, I'd prefer that you bury him in the wherever he is, in the woods or the wilderness. I don't think he would like to be buried in such a constrictive place such as this. And
you begin to realize that Jin is low on cash because she does things for free all the time.
I believe that I'll find my way out of here, whether he comes back or not.
I shall
She's
assist.
taking a long time over there.
You guys do notice this as she steps away, as Kazur entices her to show her worth, that she steps away and goes over and initially plays a song and then sits down and starts having a full-blown conversation with this person.
Seems like she's getting through to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something's happening over there.
I'm gonna take one more, like, hefty swig. 3 circles. Then I'm gonna get up and go see what's going on.
Okay. Jen?
He said he was gonna give the information, right? She's kind of like, yeah, give it to me and I'll go for it.
Okay. So as he says this, and then he reaches out, there is a map. It's a very crudely drawn map that shows a path that marks from this city eastward to the like very tip of the mountain range, and then some slight hash marks that lead a little bit down the mountain range with a circle with an X inside of it. It's not very descriptive, but it gives a general idea of where somebody needs to go. And then the note reads from the significant other that says, or it's a note that is old, very old, written in old ink, kind of half faded, with the note from the significant other that says, if lost, this is to find me. Signed, the significant other, Jim Brothere. The note, go ahead and roll an investigation check to see if you can see what the note says, because it is very old and very faded.
15.
Okay. The note reads, there's 2 lines, and the first line says, once atop, now beneath. The second line says, once you find the wreck to reap. And then after that, it says, if I am lost, use this to find me, basically. Of Jim Barrett. God, I can't remember what I said.
G-E-M or Jim?
Jim, J-I-M.
J-I-M.
Barafian. B-U-R-O-F-I-R-I-A-N.
Jim Baratheon.
No, Jim Baratheon.
Once atop, now beneath. What was the second line?
Once atop, now beneath. Once you find, now you reap.
Yeah, a treasure. I will say that Jin is better at reading common than she is speaking. That's very common with people who learn new languages. They're
Yeah.
better at reading it.
I'll do my best.
And she nods. And she remembers that she's currently not alone, because she would have done this on her own. Personally, she would have just gone, and because she has nothing that like ties her down, so she would have just gone and done this on her own. So she grabs the map and like says,
I will report back here when I find anything, okay?
and she's about to like leave on her own when she stops and sees Ina approaching her.
Yep. So,
All right.
Ina, you approach as you watch Jin kind of roll 2 pieces of parchment up and stick it in a like a hip pocket. Say something to this other patron and kind of clasp hands, shake, and then release hands as he goes back into like his deep drinking mood. Jin stands up, and as she stands up, turns and sees you standing now in front of her, slightly below eye level.
What you got there?
Oh, right. You're here. You are adventurers, yes?
Yeah.
And you have experience of finding people.
At this point, I'd say so. Yeah.
Would you like to assist me assist him? He's looking for someone.
This chap. Yeah, I'll help the sorry fellow.
Yes, his loved one has gone missing, he says. That's why he's down.
Oh, mate. Yeah, don't you worry. You'll get it. We'll figure it out. Hmm. Let me go tell the gamers. That's gnomish.
Well, I'll add it to my language book.
As you guys
Right.
return, I assume that
Enjoying
Jin,
ale, man?
I assume that Jinsaki informs them of the
Oh, yeah.
endeavor of which this sorrowed soul
Yes.
has explained to them.
Oh, we're
Your
looking for
adventure.
someone.
Yes, he's lost his
Oh,
significant other. He requested that I'd help him search, and I accepted. You may join me if you wish.
and what, he wants his lover killed for cheating on him, or what? And I can like carve my bow.
No. Nothing at dark. Simply he's
Oh.
worried about his well-being. He hasn't returned.
Oh, it's just a. That's a little more boring. Oh well.
Well, we could still kill the harlot. I'm kidding. Okay.
I
That's a joke.
detest senseless death, so no.
Sorry,
we
these
don't-
two are just a little bit of jokers.
Yeah, we joke around a lot. We don't really kill.
We like to have fun around here.
To be honest, we had a guy just about trying, like, just absolutely do his best to kill us, and at the end, we sewed his leg back on because we felt bad cutting it off.
He wasn't trying to kill us. He was testing us.
Bye.
And also, you should not talk about that openly. You know.
Nice, doesn't he?
I mean, I guess you're not giving context. It's fine.
You sewed a person's leg
It
back
wasn't.
on?
It wasn't. Well, it was him, and it wasn't sewn. More of he just like slapped it in the name of wood, and it worked.
You have magical
Healing, and she looks at you like very like
Yeah, I said
impressed.
Hold on.
Back to life.
Hold on. Cure wounds being referred to as slapped it and it came back just as the best I mean, granted, it was divine intervention, but he slapped it and it just went back on. Is the best descriptor
Yeah, we're good.
ever.
What
I
is
like
that,
your leg, G.
What's that tape? That tape that it's like Flex Seal tape or whatever. You just,
Hey.
It's kinematic
Flex
tape.
Seal?
Yeah.
Oh, the Flex Seal commercial. Bam.
This guy's got a hole in his chest. Whap! Morden heals that.
yeah. Slap tap.
Sorry. Continue.
You did say you were a cleric, but she doesn't know the extent of what you can do. So she's impressed.
Magical healing. Oh, that is impressive. People like that were, well, treated very wonderfully in my city.
Ooh.
I mean, I can do that too. Is magical healing that big of a deal?
Let Ben have one moment.
Well, I'm
Come
just saying, he does it way better than me. Like, I can't put a leg
Well.
back on.
To repair a leg is impressive.
But, like,
I mean, I have
I'll
a
just
little bit
stab my
magical
hand in front of
healing
her.
itself, but not to that extent.
She also has magical healing, just not to the same extent.
Oh. I see everyone in this party has magical healing.
I do.
I mean, it's a level 1
She-
spell, my man. It's
Oh,
not that complex.
She only has healing word. That's it.
God damn it. Warden, you
I have cure wounds.
Yes,
Oh.
hello. I have returned. Is there anything you would request? Are you out of ale
Yeah, my
or
throat's
anything?
looking a bit crusty.
You realize that Jin hasn't
I'm
touched her drink at
sorry.
all.
What was that?
I don't know. She's
Miss
fucked.
Gnome.
There's something in the.
Ignore her. She just pulls this prank on every waitress.
Understood. Can I bring you anything else, or are you good for the moment?
I mean,
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Or, yeah,
Made it.
just
Clean up a dead gnome body later.
could you?
Understood. I'll return in a few moments if you
Could
do not
you
require
show me
anything.
where the restroom is? Like, could you walk me to it? Where the nearest?
I
And like,
can
I'll
lead
give a
you.
week. Like, hey, I'm gonna ask a different question while we're walking.
I can lead you to the outhouses. Yes, we do not have any
Okay.
on the interior, but I can lead you to where you need to go to relieve yourself. Yes.
Great. Wonderful. Could y'all just stay put for a bit?
She leads you out and back to the right and back towards the back of the building and points you to the left. Yes, these are the outhouses. There are
Okay,
Three
but where's
there.
the fun stuff?
I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
The thing you were pointing at before in the sewer, is it just like down that grate and I just have to walk down there, or
I would not.
I'll speak this in Thieves' Cant to see if she can pick up on the lingo.
If you're speaking what you just said in Thieves' Cant, she kind of looks at you. I don't understand what you're asking. Your outhouses are right here to the left. There are 3 of them. They're taken up. Please wait for the next one to be available.
Is there a word needed to go under the grate?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
No. I'm just like trying.
Sora's over here like, yo, I want some drugs.
17.
17.
Or he's a cop and he's
She-
gonna arrest them.
She kind of gets close. If you're looking for something more adventurous than what our establishment has to offer, I suggest you head to the southern ward and approach the magistrate's marquette. Perhaps you'll find something there that will indulge your indifference.
the Marquette.
She's not with.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well, yeah, we're
until
out by the
then,
house.
your outhouses are here to our left, and they have means of relieving yourself in more means than one. And she begins to turn her way back into the entrance.
I am confused by that statement. And enter an outhouse.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh god. Perception. Oh boy.
You notice that there is a hole in the wall.
No. An 8.
An 8. Looks like a normal outhouse. Till you turn to the wall that's connected to the next outhouse. There's a
just start,
hole
like,
cut in the
peeing
wall.
and using the bathroom and not paying attention to the hole.
Yeah, but you know it's there, and that's what she was kind of referencing at.
Why
The
is there
three
a
of you.
hole?
Kazur gets up and leaves, the waitress leading him to some sort of outhouse like region. The three of you are left alone. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Am I
Jin
supposed
looks at Ina and Bairn. You never introduced yourself, Ina, by the way.
Does he
Yeah.
always like that? He just commands you around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, a wet blanket.
He doesn't seem like the type of traveling companion I'm comfortable with.
I mean, we all have our quirks. Looks at Ian not being able to handle her shit for the past 5 minutes after we talked about her bunions. she doesn't smoke usually, and I think it affects gnomes
I
differently.
just keep in my head being like, thinking of Ina going, praise God!
Oh my god, shut up!
Jesus, that was so loud.
As the three of you are discussing Ina's bunions, Kazur steps back up to the table.
Those were odd.
What was odd?
They had holes in the outhouses.
Did you partake?
No, I did not.
You couldn't do something fun, I guess.
Inside check. Did he partake?
Roll an insight check.
25.
He seems on a level. Pretty straightforward. He doesn't seem to be hiding anything from you.
Glory holes are really not up his alley.
That's just not something I would have a desire for.
When in Rome.
How do I know?
I said when in Rome.
Oh, when in Rome. This place is not Rome, I can tell you that.
What is Rome? Is that a land, country?
It's a land place I just made up.
It's a figure of speech. For us land people, it's just like a fictional ideal city.
Ah, I see. Another one of those idioms I've heard about.
Heard
Yes.
that word.
Euphemism? No, wait, that's a different thing. Yeah, one of those idioms. Anyhow, so, are we starting the hunt for that man tomorrow, or?
It is quite dark. We don't have to travel now.
It is night, right? I'm not.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
fool-
you are well into the evening of partying and drinking at this point. The music has grown louder, and more people begin to pile into the bars. You can see more and more people out on the streets, traversing and otherwise, and the city streets are becoming more and more lively as it goes. You get the
Is
feeling
it-
if you don't get a room soon, you may be in short supply come time to sleep.
Sorry.
I hate to be presumptuous, but being that you have a capability of healing magic, I've heard people with that have the capability of contacting others with their mind.
I mean, I kind of have to know them, but
Ah, so you simply couldn't contact his missing lover, then?
No, probably not.
Shame, but understandable.
Yeah.
Well, also, if the lover's dead, can't really. That doesn't help us figure it out.
True.
Well, there is another location I heard some individuals speaking of that is of interest to me.
What's that?
Marcia Marquette. It's in the south side.
Would Jen know what this is? She's been here for a few days.
Just roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
I
don't
only
know
likes
shit.
that stuff that he can talk to gods with.
There's been a lot of bars. I mean, this city is like mostly bars and taverns, and Marisia and Marquette, it kind of, you recognize it, but you don't know anything about it.
I've heard of it. Not much.
So thoughts, Ina, Ben? Do you care for a change of scenery?
What is it? A bar now?
Yes.
Oh,
They would have alcohol, among other things.
Well, let me finish what I have.
And she takes a sip and like starts chugging the one glass that she had.
I'll imply to Baron that like it has like the one thing that I will partake in, probably.
mm. Oh yeah. I'm down. Down to clown.
All right. So you guys finish your drinks, pay your tab, which for whomever is paying the tab, it's 2 silver for the 4 of you.
It's not Jen.
I think I said the drinks were on Baron before we went. So
All right. So remove 2
Oh.
silver. And you make your way to the Marisian Marquette. Before arrival, we're going to take our break because I need to go take these contacts out because they're like driving me insane. So we're going to take our little break. So get a drink, get a snack, get whatever you need to do. We'll be right back. But we'll get back to it and see what Jen has in stock for these 3.
I have stuff. I'm still figuring her out.
But we'll be right back.
After these short messages.
Chat, we will be right back. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take my contacts out and other things. But if you're here, thank you for hanging out. I hope you guys are having a good time. We'll be right back. Hello? Welcome back. Look there, cat. Look at that thing. Look at him. Her.
Yeah, sure, if you want to. Sorry, I'm talking to
You're
to
fine.
Nick.
Cat was very pretty.
Yeah, she's messing with pasta.
I get it. I get it. I mess with pasta all the time.
There was a pasta bag because Nick bought some pasta today, and she just kept going over to it and like biting the bag. I think because it made like a sound.
Yeah, the
and she was like,
the crinkly
a crinkly
sound.
sound. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And she's like, "Oh, toy," and we're like, "No, pasta."
No, pasta.
I'm over here still like, I don't know what Jin's personality is like. I'm making it up as I go.
I gotta do that with everybody, so here we are. Ooh, that was a good pop.
I'll probably keep my camera off for like snack.
Nick.
It's the most random. It's just yeast rolls and mashed potatoes.
No shame. I get it.
This is like, man, I got some leftover rolls and mashed potatoes from the fried chicken yesterday. I'm gonna just eat that.
Hell yeah, brother. Guys, Diablo 4, so good.
It looks interesting.
I'll be honest, because I'm playing so much Overwatch, I see what you're on playing Diablo, and I'm over here like, "Ee." Having fun.
Yeah.
It says like even we're like in this location, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I got, and granted, I could have played more, but I didn't. I got 4 characters to over level 20, and it was just like, I'm gonna put so many hours into this fucking game.
Do I need to play Diablo 3 to know Diablo 4?
You don't need to, no. I mean, I'm sure there's some lore that interlaces, but for the most part, no. It's an entirely different game. And as far as mechanics and everything go, it's an entirely different game, so.
It's just like, it looked really clean from what I've seen.
Oh, it looks,
Except
it's
The one
so
obvious
good.
exploit I've seen so far.
Yeah.
A teleport bug. I don't know if you know about that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I know about it.
I just saw a video that has them in gold. Like, wow, yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
They need to fix that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. That's the whole point of a beta. I submitted a lot of bug reports during both closed and open beta, so.
I did during Baldur's Gate when I was doing
I
that
did
early
during
on.
Baldur's Gate too, yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for that game too. I'll put a bunch of hours into Diablo from June to August, and then Baldur's Gate comes out in August. And I'll put a bunch of hours into that game.
Mashed potatoes are still cold. I need to microwave them again.
Nuke that shit.
Yeah.
What's up, stinky butt? My cat's been acting weird the last couple of days.
Why?
I don't know. He's just, I mean, obviously he's old, but he doesn't reach the jumps that he wants to reach. Like he'll attempt it and then he'll have to do it again. And then the other day he had this weird sneezing coughing fit. But I mean, he still cleans himself and is a generally healthy cat as all things go. But just been acting weird. Right, bud? Yeah, but that was pretty normal. He just ignored me, so. I don't know.
So-
He'll be 16 this year, so.
Wow, he's getting old.
Yeah.
The average is 15.
Yep. He's an old guy.
He's living long.
Come here, buddy. Say hi.
You don't
Oh God! Quit flipping.
You don't
There
mind
he is.
the singing, right?
No,
If
I
you
don't
want me to
mind it at
not do
all.
the singing, I could do it. Cause I try to only do a couple of verses.
Look at this old man. Look at this old
My
man.
old man.
Look at him. He's such an old guy. Yep.
I texted you.
Yep. I know.
Do
Calm
you know
down.
where it is?
Go this way. Go this way.
It's like
there you go.
sort of.
He
Yeah,
hates
it
being held. He'll withstand being held for like a minute max, and then he's like, "Nope, I'm out this bitch."
Mm.
Yeah, we were talking about my cat, and I said he was acting funny this weekend.
Why?
I don't know. He was acting different than he normally does. He's weird sneezy fits. He can't make the jumps that
I
he
did
used
for the
to.
week.
Is he feeling better now?
Last
mean-
week when my mother came.
Mm.
This is still this weekend. I mean, he's 16. He's old. He's an old guy, so I don't expect him to do all the things he used to. I mean, when I was in high school, I mean, he would have been like 4 or 5. He could jump from the floor to the top of a door frame. That cat could jump 8 feet standing, and it was wild.
Incredible.
That's our cat.
It's
Mhm.
nuts. I don't get like this thing stands 1.5 feet off the ground and he can jump 8 feet.
Mm.
There's a reason that
Like-
why there's a lot of cat-shaped things in nature.
I mean,
Cats are
You see-
OP.
You see how tall this fucking cabinet is in my apartment?
Mhm.
Right over here. Right over there.
I mean, I see it. It
Yeah,
doesn't
Mike-
necessarily mean I know how tall it is, but
It's
Okay,
not-
well, it's really tall.
Or you
Wow.
do the Reddit thing where you like cast a shadow, knowing the time of day. We can see the sunlight out our window and figure out.
the moon landing
You can
wasn't real.
Jump up that.
That's right.
I reach like this top shelf of this book cabinet, like kind of right here.
With your
And I'm
hand
5'3".
up, you reach it, or your head reaches it.
Head,
Mm.
head.
Oh,
Right
okay.
here.
It's not
Yeah,
that
so-
tall.
The cabinet is the one right next to it. It's super tall,
Mhm.
and she could just shoop, jump up there like nothing. Young cats, dude.
I watched a video that showed that a cat's reflex is faster than a snake's strike. Like
Damn.
it showed this cat and this snake facing off, and this cat was looking at it, and the snake went to strike, and it slowed down into slow-mo, and you saw this cat raise its front paw, bring it down, and bap that snake's strike out of its like field
Yep.
before that snake even had a chance to strike. And I was like, that is wild that they can
Nuts.
react and bring their paw up and down faster than that snake can strike. That's nuts.
Mhm.
I saw that video.
Is nuts. It does it like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, Jesus.
Bap, bap, baps it.
Yeah, bap, bap, bap. Have you ever seen the videos of the like the skinless or the furless cats that fight?
Ew.
And because there's no fur, you can hear the and it like it sounds
It does
really
not
it,
sound like cats fighting.
it doesn't sound like cats fighting. It sounds bad. I mean, it's like brother cats fighting. You know how they just like bap each other. It's not like actual fighting. It's just like bap bap. But it's like since they don't have any fur, there's no dampening to it. It's just like paw on skin. And honestly, it's hilarious. Like it sounds terrible, but it's hilarious.
The weirdest cat video I've seen is like the crow like edging the 2 street cats to fight, and then they both fall off a roof.
Pan, are you back?
I'm back.
Alrighty.
In the Z.
Well, getting back into it, we
What?
are not getting back into it. Okay.
We are or not? What?
Our intrepid adventurers move down to Marigia and Marquette to where they think they can find some of them some more information on the missing person, and some of them some more information on some underground dwellings, as it were. You head southwards, ask around a little bit, and eventually find your quarry. Let me mark it here. It's gonna be in purple. It's down towards the south. It's a smaller tavern. As you guys approach, there's one person sitting outside. They're in some heavy plate armor, nothing near as intricate as what Bairn or Rose wore, but is obviously a guard of some sort, sitting out front, kind of head rested against the outer exterior of this building. Obviously resting, not necessarily paying attention to what's going on, but is there in case of some tribulations that might come to pass. But you enter and you see a fairly small tavern. There's maybe 8 tables, a bar to your right. It seems stocked behind, though, with 8 to 10 barrels behind the bar. The 8 or so tables, 4 of them are taken up by a mixture of crew. There's 2 or 3 at one table, 5 or 6 at another, 1 or 2 at another. But there is one that kind of sticks out, as it is a long, elongated, ovular-shaped table with currently 3 people sitting on one side, 1 person sitting on the other that seems to be dealing cards at the moment. As you enter, the bartender kind of looks up and looks at you across the couple of patrons that are standing at the bar and shouts out, "Hot, yeah, grab a table. We'll be with you as soon as we can."
What did he say? Sometimes.
Grab a table. He had a very heavy accent.
Yes, yes.
Or he was
Right.
very drunk.
You guys find a table inside the bar adjacent to the long ovular one with the people playing cards and sit down. There's a couple empty open seats at your table. The one next to you has 2 or 3 patrons that, as you sit down, kind of scoot and scatter to the opposite end of you, as so that they can have conversation without being overheard. But as you sit down, a waitress makes her way over to you, a tray of empty glasses and tankards in hand, and kind of approaches. "Hey, what can I get you?"
Jin's eyes are wide. She's like, I have no clue what that lady just said.
I'll have a tea, mate.
Hey, all right, we can get a tea. What I can do for the other 3?
What do you guys want?
I'll have another ale. Why not?
All right, we got that. What about you two?
God,
What do you want, Jin?
What are you having?
what am I having? Mine might. Do you have anything? How do I put this?
I'll have what
Anyway.
he's having.
Do you have anything for an individual who is looking for maybe something Ayun touched? Ayun's the god of knowledge.
I know. Yeah.
Just a refresher.
I don't know anything about Ian, but I can get you some fucking ale. You want some ale?
Not ale.
I'll take one.
All right, we got 2 ales, a tea, and
I was told from a friend at the what was the bar we were just at? What was the bar we were at? The hookah bar.
I'm thinking it wasn't the Barriston's Baron. It
Matilda.
was Mathilda's. Yes, you're right, Mathilda's.
I was informed by a friend at Mathilda's that this place would have some goods that I would be seeking.
Roll just a general charisma check for me.
General charisma.
Because we were smoke crack.
11.
This is part of
11.
his backstory.
He's like, nah, do you
Uh,
have shrooms back there?
Yeah. I rolled a
Well,
20 for the day.
Well, I don't know about a Matilda, but I guess we'll get somebody over here to help you out with what you need. So I got 2 L's and a T, and I'll send somebody for this guy over here, huh? She takes her leave and leaves you guys to your own devices for the moment.
Oh, Lord.
You land dwellers are really weird with your tongue.
What do you
That's
mean?
The variability of how one speaks their words.
Oh, there's loads and loads of languages.
Oh, yes. But
Some use their
oh,
tongues more than just for language, but
And like Eela's already, she's just going like,
I think she knows what you're talking about, but she's ignoring it. And she's just like,
I meant you speak the same language but in different ways. It's kind of hard to understand from time to time.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I can just play another one for you, and then I'll start speaking in Thieves' Cant about like what she thinks about the current city. But I'm speaking in Thieves' Cant, so it's common, but it's like gibberish common. So it's weird.
Jinsaki
so
speaks
like-
Thieves' Cant, right? Oh no, doesn't?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
So it begins talking and speaking that you know, and then
Pig
just
Latin.
literal, like even worse than Pig Latin. It's more like if you're trying to say something's underneath this building over here, it's like, yeah, I went to see that ship, and then 2 gold fell underneath the banks, and I went underneath the water and dug them up on the sand,
yeah.
and that's Thieves' Cant.
What do you mean 2 gold? And you dug it from the sand?
Nothing of what I said was literal.
Oh.
So weird.
All right, well, we got 2 things of tankards here. We got some ale for you 2, and then we got some nice tea for you. It's just gonna be in the little thing here, and sets down 2 tankards of ale, a thing of like a little teacup of tea. It's not the best looking tea you've seen in your life. You reckon they don't get that request very often. We got a little bit of something else over here. It sets down a tankard, and there's a small parchment attached underneath that you can see, and probably Ina. Let me check passive perceptions here.
Pretty good.
Mine, it depends if it's insight or
It's
the other
perception.
one.
Baron and Ina see it. Jinsaki does
me
not
see.
see it. But you guys, as she sets down this other tankard, you don't know what's in it, but underneath you can see there's a small piece of parchment poking out from the side.
I'll
yeah.
try to quickly swipe the parchment and kind of like peek at it like it's like a hand in poker in Texas Hold'em. Just like swipe it, hide the card inside my palm, and
Do
like glance at it.
either of Baron or Ina want to attempt to see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it. I don't know if I'll.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check there.
Us?
No, you 2 make a perception check. Kazura make sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this die is crooked on D&D Beyond, but it didn't say it was crooked. But okay.
Roll it again. I mean, I can't see what happens on that. So if you think it was quote unquote cocked, then you're welcome to roll again. I don't have a problem saying that. I trust you. And
Gotcha.
21.
And a 14.
26.
okay.
Plus 15 to sleight of hand is a hell of a thing, kids.
Baron, you see the parchment of paper, and then as it's kind of set down, you look as Jinsaki's saying something to the waitress. You look over to what Jin's saying. 26, 21. Ina, you watch as Kazura places his hand on the table, but at the same time, somebody walks behind you and kind of bumps your shoulder, and you look over your shoulder at what's going on. You're not entirely sure. I mean, it's a rompous night. People are just out there partying. You kind of look to the side, but by the time you look back, both of you, the piece of paper is gone. You don't know what happened to it.
Can I notice that he's looking into his hand though?
He's not looking to his hand.
Oh,
Sly.
okay.
But did I get to read the paper in that quickness? of
Not
all
in
that, or
that,
no?
not in that time. You'd have to take a moment to
Oh.
like pull it
I
out
thought it was
and
a
read it.
doogie.
Okay. I'll wait for another opportunity to like sleight of hand again to read the paper
Like a
quickly.
napkin almost.
I
Well,
thought
now
it.
that we're relaxed and have our drinks, do you want to discuss how we will go about this in searching for this man's husband, I believe it was?
Did we get any clues as to where?
Yeah.
Like, did he say where the treasure would be? Where is whatever would be located?
As you say this,
She
Jen pulls out a small parchment of paper that has a very non-intricate, detailed map that basically shows he was supposed to head to the tip of the mountain range and then head southeast a little bit, and he would find the entrance to it. Or at least that's where the X is. There's not necessarily an entrance. That's just where the X is for the quote-unquote treasure.
Not particularly good with maps, but I assumed as adventurers you might be more experienced.
I see it.
I'm pretty good at tracking through the wilds.
I'll look at the map and then kind of pull out my own continental map and like overlay it to like try and figure out.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Do I get any assistance with it being in my known region? Because you said mountainous.
No, because it is a very crudely drawn map of something that somebody thought they were going to look for treasure.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay. It's very reminiscent of the map that you got from Skyreamer. The point where it reaches the very tip of the mountain range, like Jen said, and then it cuts back, and the circle with an X almost exactly overlays with what Skyreamer proposed to you guys as an endeavor to enter the mountains and find the key.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
What?
I just
Is
start
this map
laughing
too
at the table.
crudely?
I just start
Is
laughing.
Is this map too crudely drawn?
He never laughs. It must be something that's
He never laughs.
Oh, that's
You
just
sound like you
sickle.
have no joy in your life.
Well, you know, Ben, we may have just gotten a fast track and an easy pass on our mission.
How so?
Oh, you. I
This map is to
apologize.
where we're looking.
Oh.
Exactly, almost. They probably were looking for the same thing.
Interesting.
I wonder how many people are looking for this same.
Yeah, that's the worrying thing about this, is the fact that this random man knew about it.
Hmm.
But obviously the fucking person didn't get it.
Well, we don't know that.
And ran away.
That's true.
I mean, we don't know the intentions of this man's husband. The husband might have never been with the man intentionally from the get-go. This item is incredibly important, so...
Jin is just blinking and goes, "You're treasure hunters, then."
Not quite.
In a way, I guess, in a sense.
For unselfish reasons.
Mm-hmm.
For selfless reasons.
Many say that, but
Well,
I guess
we're not making money off of it, I assure you.
Yeah,
Well-
you'll have to see it.
She straightens her back and it cracks a little bit. And she goes,
not making money off of this treasure. Why would he go then?
Well, I mean,
He claimed that it was something that would help them get out of their financial troubles.
I mean, someone could be paying them to
Yeah.
try and get it for them, but
to the common man, this thing doesn't have much worth.
Okay. What are you but common men?
Well,
I mean,
kind of have a prophecy made about us.
But that was you two, not me, but...
Yeah, you're right.
your prophecy adjacent though.
A prophecy. Sure.
Never gonna say anything.
Yeah, maybe after if we find the treasure, we'll talk about it. Maybe.
Well, now I'm worried that we actually will have to. Ina Band, this might become a manhunt. Just to forewarn you.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the individual didn't know better. That is what I'm hoping for, and they simply misunderstood the intention of the treasure. However, if they know what the treasure is, that spells a different story, which leads me to believe that we may have to tie up that loose end.
Yeah, I know. I agree, Jin. I know you're a good person, but
I would say that, but you don't really know me. Sure.
No, but I know you follow a god. You follow a set of ideals that god represents, right?
Well, yes.
Well, I mean, would you, if push came to shove, would you be able to kill for what's right?
I've done it before. I can do it again.
Okay. All right. Just
Of
had to
course.
check. I just had to make sure you weren't gonna run at the, at the first sign of us doing something like this.
Okay, whispering is not working for some reason. It says you're not a player or character fork.
You mean a
You
player?
can message me on Discord if you need to.
Okay, well, it was just gonna be like while Baron is speaking directly with Shin, I wanted to try and check that note.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check real quick. We'll do passive because nobody's really paying attention at this point.
Jin crosses her arms and she says,
You are all speaking in cryptic kinds of speech. I'm sure you have your secrets, but you're asking for my blade, and I need to know what I am killing for. See, I don't kill without reason.
Neither do we. We can't talk about it in the public. There could be.
If you are to be informed about it, it'll be on the road.
What?
After we trust you more. But I assure you, if the killing has to take place, it shouldn't be of any problem with you. I'll do it myself if I have to. I don't, if it's just one man, it's very easily done.
It's for the greater good. I hope you can trust me. I'm a man of the cloth, and I don't know. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't.
She-
for the good.
she shakes her head and goes,
Currently, you are the only one I trust here.
she doesn't know you, Ina!
But Ina made a flower.
That don't mean anything to her.
Ooh, she's a fish. It wasn't algae. It wasn't kelp.
It wasn't kelp, yeah. He present her with a sea anemone.
Really? Well, I've got nothing better to do. Sure, I'll follow you. But if I sense something detestable, my blade may turn towards yours.
Understood. I mean, if we do something detestable, then I would expect that.
Anyways, we can focus on the job tomorrow. We're not relax tonight. You up for some gambling?
No, actually, mate, I'm fucked up.
That's the first I've ever heard that.
I mean, honestly, I'm just thinking about the four of you sitting around a table and Ina just like slumped. And Kazura like, you want some forgiveness? She's like, I'm fucked up.
You've had one beer, right? I think, or two, and
Yeah,
tea.
A lot.
That was just nicotine.
She's got
Yeah,
a
I
little.
think it's you.
Ina's
Yeah.
got popcorn lung.
Remember, Ina is like 3'11". Like there's not a lot of body there.
Didn't I win a drinking contest?
Also,
You
it's
You did.
perfectly okay for somebody to say, I don't want to do something. So
Cool! Get off my back!
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because
I didn't hate on it. I just said I was shocked because you like to gamble.
I wasn't talking shit one way or the other. I was just saying, like, it's perfectly okay to be like, I don't want to do this.
know your limit, play within it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's not. That's Ontario. Never mind.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know how to fucking play cards, mate. I'm more of a, oh, there's a ball under a cup kind of gambler.
They have that where I'm from. Old ball and cup. It's an old game. You guys might not understand.
We
Is
don't
it similar
mind.
to a blade in a cup?
It is.
No
but
idea.
You slap the cup, and you hope that there's not a blade in it. You know.
No, it's not like that.
no.
As you guys are sitting here, you hear a cheer and awe all at the same time from the what appears to be the gambling table, the long ovular table with 4 or 5 people sitting at it. As it appears that some people made off well and some people did not. Yes, Jinsake, I saw your hand was raised.
It's
Is the waiter still here or waitress?
There's not one currently staying at your table, but you can call one over fairly easily.
Oh, okay. See, if you guys don't want to do anything, like talk to her, she'll probably go and perform. But if you guys want to continue talking to her, then she'll stay.
I mean,
You do you, boo.
I'm gonna move over to the gambling.
You're a performer.
Okay.
That seems rather fun for me.
Okay.
If you go to
She,
play, I'm gonna
Sorry,
go
go.
listen.
she's going to ask the waitress if she can perform here.
Yeah, I reckon we don't have anyone playing, so if you want to step on up there, we can get you some room made up for you on them.
I'm gonna take what you said as a yes.
It's quite sounds good. We'll get you a clear spot up there, Anastasia. And as she says that, she kind of waves a hand, and 2 other, what looks like teenage-ish age kids come out from the side and begin clearing off a quote-unquote stage on the back half of the building for you to be able to play in front of everybody.
I'm gonna take that as a definite yes.
They're not like 12 to 13 year olds. They're like 16 to 18 year olds. It's just like, you know, it's a different time. Gotta make money somehow,
Not
right?
anymore.
I mean, if you're talking about the United States, that's certainly fucking true, because goddamn the right wing are fucks. Anyway, that's not what we're here about. Anyway, they clear out a spot for you and set up a stand and a small area for you to play in front of the rest of the establishment. Kazura, you make your way to the gambling table, where you can see there are currently 3 people playing. One of them seems to be human. One of them seems to be elven descent. You're not sure if elven, half elven, or what. And one of them appears to be of a orcish nature. Somewhere in between half and full orc. They have more of the orcish features in the face, which leads you to believe orcish, but then the body seems more humanoid, like human-esque, which leads you to believe half orc. So it's kind of this mixture in between. And then the dealer appears to be of elven nature. You can tell definitely the ears are much more finely sculpted. They're not as long. It is very much an elven natured person that is dealing cards here.
I'll ask, what game are we playing in Thieves' Camp?
To whom?
Just the dealer, or I guess the table as a whole, just out loud.
Okay. You ask. The dealer pays no mind to you as you sit down. The other 3 of the ones at the tide, 2 of them pay no mind. The human turns to you and says, "In Thieves' Camp, I would calm your query, sir." but we are playing the Salah Salam. I'm sure you're familiar with the game, if you're familiar with our tongue.
All right, sounds good. I'll respond in common.
Okay. As you sit down, like I said, the dealer pays no mind to you at this point. The other three have bought in and they've already begun dealing this hand. But as you watch it, it plays, you know, as a player, it plays like poker. Each player gets dealt 2 cards. As Texas Hold'em poker, each player gets played
Gotcha.
2 cards. The dealer flips 3 over, flips 1, flips another. They can deal and bet as it goes like that. As you watch, go ahead and roll a perception check for me real quick as you watch the 3 players playing.
26.
Easily done. You
rolling
watch
hot.
the 3 players play. There is somebody throws in, that is the blind. They throw in some money to get the pot going. The 3 cards are turned over. 2 of the 3 players throw some more money in. One of them folds out and he doesn't think he has the cards to win it. It goes to the next. The card is flipped over. They call each other. One of them throws some more money out. The other one throws the same amount of money out. It goes to the next card. One of them decides not to throw money out. The next one decides to throw some more money out. And the other one folds. And the one that threw that money out then gets all of the money as he's the last one who stayed in there. So it plays like Texas Hold'em. As far as players go, as the chips are collected and the cards are recollected, the dealer looks to you and asks if you would like to buy in. The buy-in purchase is 1 gold. It's split to 5 silver. You can bet it however you would like, but it is 1 gold to buy into this game.
I'll buy in with 20 silver.
Okay.
I'll do 2 gold.
All right. So you toss 2 gold. He gives you enough chips to equate to that. As you get your chips, you begin to hear a light strumming instrument playing behind you that you are familiar with from Jen playing in the streets before. As she begins to play a calming, soothing tune from the back of the room to the rest of you guys.
Calming? Oh, whoops. Okay. I guess.
Oh, did you want to do otherwise? Sorry.
Nope. No, it's okay.
From the
No,
other
no,
3
it's okay.
songs you played, it was more of a kind of calming, enticing song than anything else. So
She could change it up.
if
I
you
just
wanna,
was like, oh, it's a bar.
Play it.
She's playing the Doom
yeah, if
intro
you want to
theme.
play something, play something.
Yeah. You know what? Yes, she is. She's playing the Doom intro theme.
Oh yeah.
She
Has
doesn't
it-
sing. It's just the guitar. Or
Hell
it's
yeah.
the
It starts
shamisen.
out calming and soothing, and then as she finds her tone and beat, it builds into this majestic, just antiquated beat of, I don't even know how to describe it, but it is just heavy metal playing in the middle of this bar right now. I don't have an audio to play for this, but just imagine just
No, it's
dun,
fine.
dun, dun, dun. I don't know the Doom song, but
It's ripping
She,
skulls off and everything. That's what it sounds like.
her eyes are bright white. Every time she plays a song, she is connecting to a different universe and playing that song. Bright white eyes as she strums this. Do you know, it's a Japanese instrument, so it doesn't even sound like a heavy metal guitar, but it sounds sick anyways.
so yeah, you've got this nice heavy beat playing behind you. You dealt your 2 cards. The dealer. Sorry, I thought I had to sneeze, but I did not. The dealer asks if anybody would like to raise. The 2 say no. Would you like to raise any? The current blind is 5 copper.
Wait, do I know what I have and I'm gonna raise, or is the blind? Or am
No,
I
this-
blind?
This is before anything is dealt. That's what a blind is. The person before you has thrown out 5 copper. They have to do that before they see their cards. So there's 5 copper out.
Okay.
Does anybody want to place anything down?
No.
Okay, so nobody places anything down. Go ahead and roll 2d6. And basically, you're trying to match. It's like I said, it's like Texas Hold'em. You're trying to match or make a straight or things of that sort. So
do I tell you what I rolled?
you don't need to tell me, but the first person does not.
I'm playing the song on my stream.
I have it.
So neither of the other two lay anything down. Do you want to bet anything? There are no other cards on the table yet.
I need a. So what the goal here is to get either matching or a run.
Yes.
There's nothing.
So imagine Texas Hold'em, but without suits.
Okay, that is odd to imagine. There's no river yet. So did anyone raise or everyone just checked?
Everybody just checked on this one. There's no other numbers. There's no other numbers on the table. This is the first one after everybody's gotten their cards.
I will check as well.
Okay. So the dealer flips over 3 cards. It is a 4, 2, and a 5.
A 2, a 4, and a 5.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna type that out.
There it is. Full Doom song.
Honey.
I will. So then we're gonna have 2 flops. Okay. I will raise.
Well, wait 1 second, because the other 2 are in front of you. So the first guy is going to raise 5 silver. And the next guy is going to call. So you just need to put in, or not 5 silver, 5 copper. So you just need to put in 5 copper to call, or you can raise.
I'll put in a silver to raise.
Okay, so we're at 10 copper. They're both going to call. So we're at 2.5 silver pot. Next card flipped over is a 1.
Oh wait, is it my go or not?
No, it's not your go. The first guy is gonna just sit with a check. The next guy is gonna raise 1 silver.
I'll raise 2 silver.
Next guy is gonna call. The first guy folds. He's out. He doesn't have the cards to keep in. But the other guy calls. So we're at 6.5 silver.
Is it the human that's in with me now or no?
Yes, the human is staying in with you. The other one has folded and is no longer in with you. The one that spoke to you in Thieves' Cant is no longer, or the one that spoke to you in Thieves' Cant is still in the game with you.
Okay.
As you begin to hear the magic or the music from Jin begin to swell even more so.
Got quite a good hand, I say. Thieves Cant.
He returns. Well, sometimes it just pans out your way. A 4 is drawn on the next card. And he's gonna raise 5 silver.
So okay, the 4 is the last card on the river. What was the
So the 5 cards laid on the table are 4, 2, 5, 1, 4.
Okay. And he just checked.
Well, he raised 5 silver.
No, 5 silver.
So you need to put at least 5 silver in.
I'll put 6 silver in. Like,
All right. He calls. So we're
I'll
at
check.
18.5 silver at this point. He flips his card over and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you have?
Wait, he rolled 2d6. Wait, what?
Yeah, he rolled 2d6 and well, you're matching the 5 cards that are on the table.
Yes.
So you're finding your highest possibility. So what cards do you have?
I have a 1 and a 6.
You have a 1 and a 6. So you're missing a 3.
I'm missing a 3.
So you have 1 pair and then 6 high. So he wins with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because that's a straight. It's the equivalent of a
Gotcha.
straight.
Gotcha. Okay,
So-
and I only have 2 pairs.
Well, you have 1 pair. There was no other 6 on the table.
Well, there was 2 4s on the table, so that's a pair.
Oh,
But
yeah. You had 2 pair 6 high, but he had a straight, which is higher than 2
Yeah.
pairs. So he grabs the 18.5 silver and he kind of turns to you, gives you a look of acknowledgement, and pockets his coin and stands up. He kind of stretches and he slides a small piece of parchment across the table to you.
okay, I'll read that really quickly.
Okay. As you read it, it gives another small hint. So you were given that clue before that nobody else knows about. The clue is 14354.
One,
That's why you wanted to play.
one,
One-
3.
No,
Five-
one,
what?
1 4 3 4 1 4 3 5 4. So 1 4 3 5 4.
I don't know how the hell that is a hint at all, but.
Well, you don't know that it's a hint. That is the DM speaking at that point. So, but he gathers his coin and makes his way out of the establishment. The dealer shuffles the cards. Would you like to play again, sir?
I'm good. I think I'm gonna have a conversation with the lad that just left.
Well, best of luck. Apologies that you've...
That's part of the
Face.
game. No worries.
True. Well, if you ever wish to play again, you know where to find us. We tend to be a bit busier on the end of the week, but I'm sure we'd be glad to have your patronage any other time. All right.
I'm just
So-
letting the other players have a hot highlight right now.
All right. Are you attempting to follow that other player out of the establishment?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Are you doing it stealthily? Are you doing it any other way than just following him?
I'm making it look like I'm not following him, I guess, but just like
Roll a deception check.
I need a fresh air. Deception.
Is there any plants around me? Like any potted plants or anything?
There's a few like windowsill planter versions. They're not necessarily any vegetables or anything, but there's a few things that are there to kind of liven up the place. They're not necessarily the most well taken care of or most well established plants, but there's a few here and there.
I'm gonna dump my tea into a pot.
Okay.
You hated it that much. Wow.
Wow. Pouring out tea is like.
I'm a tea girl.
That's why she didn't want to gamble. She's like, this tea is
So as you finish your conversation with the dealer and turn around, you watch as the other patron that you're playing against steps outside, and you kind of quickly make your way, but not abrasively and not like drawing attention to yourself, but make your way to the front door, and make your way out front and look around and trying to perceive where this person could have gone. Go ahead and roll another roll a perception check this time, not deception.
24.
24. You glance around up and down the streets. There's no sign of this person that you just saw at the table.
Wow.
Fuck, I know I should have put Hunter's mark on him before.
Yeah, he rolled a
No, it's-
natural 18 on his stealth check, so sorry, bud.
Let's see.
The other three of you watch as Kazura finishes up the game, has a brief conversation with the dealer, and then stands up, looks at the door. And since you guys, or at least two of you, are aware of Kazura's candor, you watch as he makes his way towards the door. To anybody else, it seems like nothing, but to you two, Ina and Baron, you recognize that he's going after something at this point.
Ina would probably try and sneak forward.
It's just a line.
Try and sneak up on Kazura.
Ina, roll a stealth check.
How about I only have +1? I mean, 7.
A 7. So as
I'm
you're kind of
holding
looking up and down the street, Kazura, you hear as the door opens behind you, and you look and see a small gnomish Ina standing in the doorway.
Oh, Ina. Hello.
Hello. So, what are you doing?
I'm looking for some fun.
Okay.
I could actually use your assets and skill here.
Okay.
How good are you at following scents?
It depends on what I turn into.
The person that just left the door before me.
Would a dog or a cat have better scent? I don't know.
Definitely a dog
Dog.
for
Yeah,
smell.
a dog for smell.
Okay.
Ina would know this before you do this. You don't know the scent of the person you're following, and giving the intricate and busy space that you're in, there's a lot of scents to try and track down.
I'll give her the note that he passed me.
True. It was
You
in his
can-
dirty underwear.
You can
Alright, I'll
certainly try.
Alright.
Thank you, Matt
Alright.
Mercer. You can try.
You can certainly try.
I
I think I will.
All right.
Does Baron notice all his friends just fucking left him?
You watch.
Are you
Kazura
so
walks outside.
mesmerized by Jin?
You
Parents
watch
just rocking
Ina
out.
attempt to make her way outside stealthily. Go ahead and roll a. Just do a general wisdom check for me. See if you want to stay in and listen to music or go find your friends.
True. It wasn't great, but my wisdom should be good. 14.
A 14. You want to sit here. You've met this new person. They're very interesting, but there's just this itch in the back of your mind that says, I should probably follow Ina out and see what's up.
I'll try and I know Jin's probably very into her performance, but I'm gonna be like, going once I could I'll be back, and I'll
Jin, roll a perception check for me with disadvantage.
I don't know if
'cause
she'll
you're
notice.
you're
Yeah,
playing- yeah,
she's
with
like
disadvantage.
in the zone.
I just don't want her to finish her song and then realize all their new friends have left.
Oh yeah.
With
yes,
her mouth.
anyway.
With her map.
10.
A
10.
10.
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're very into it, but you look up, and as you look up, you see Barrett he's holding a finger up, and then he's pointing outside, and then he runs outside. You're not entirely sure what it means, but it seems like he's trying to make some sort of communication with you.
She's so deep into the song right now because it's a fucking hard rock song. Yeah, that she's too into it to be like, I'll leave and check it out. She's like, no, I should finish this.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he didn't want you to stop.
So Baron,
So
you
much.
walk outside right as you watch Ina transform into a bloodhound type dog or something of the sort, and Kazura's
Literally,
holding
this is the picture. I'll show you.
Kazura's holding up a parchment to what Ina turns into's nose as she attempts to make a attempt to find what Kazura is looking for. So Ina, go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage as you
Why is
attempt to
that dog so
sniff
cute?
out.
Okay.
A
I
dog is
don't know,
neat,
but that's where I
it's
am. I was like,
adorable.
I'm gonna be a wolf because I don't want to get killed. Investigation, you say?
Investigation with advantage. So roll twice and take the bigger.
22. 22's the one.
1 or 2.
All right, so you show the piece of parchment to Ina as she transforms into a dog, and she takes a sniff, and then you can sense it's almost like following a way path on any other video game. It's down one street, left, down another, back into this alley, back into the other. You cross right, you cross left. You come into another 4-way intersection. And the smell actually goes 3 separate ways, and you're not entirely sure which way this person went, because some of them are faint and some of them are not. It's all kind of blending together. There's a lot of people in the streets at this time. Go ahead and roll another perception check with advantage for me, since you're doing it with smell.
Perception.
Perception, yeah.
Okay.
Why? What'd you roll last time? Are you lying to me about your 22?
No, I got a way higher than 22. It did investigation.
Oh, okay. Well, this one's perception.
Okay. 19 on that one.
Okay.
19's doing it. That was just
Still good.
All right. So she leads you. She figures it out. She gains the right sentence. Just sprints dead forward. I'm assuming, Kazura, you're following at this point. Baron, are you
Yes.
following still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Kazura what the fuck is going on.
Okay. So as you guys come to a stop at this 4-way intersection, Ina has stopped and is sniffing and smelling the air. Baron asks, Kazura, what's going on?
Nothing important. Just looking for some fun, and Ina can help me track that down.
The bar wasn't fun enough for you?
Alcohol is something I don't partake in. I'm trying to locate something I do.
We're trying to gain the trust of this new friend, though.
Rubbing her some weed would do good.
Was that Shaggy? Or Scooby?
Ruh-roh.
So you're not in trouble. I can go with
No,
that.
there's no trouble. There shouldn't be anything. Also,
Okay.
if I just flash my emblem, I should be able to get out of anything.
You keep that emblem in your pants, sir.
It is.
All right,
Well,
fine.
coat pocket, but
All right.
would
At
you want
this-
any, Baron? Do you think our dear friend would want any?
What-
At this point, Ina recognizes a scent and takes off northwards. Who's sticking with her?
Me, of course.
Okay.
I don't know what he's getting, but it sounds like illegal narcotics. And
It does, doesn't it?
I'm a man of the cloth. I'm a cleric. I am pretty much a fucking narc, if you've ever seen one. But I will go back to it.
Okay. So Baron, having had
A
his
narc who
conversation,
drinks a lot.
Cops drink.
having had his conversation with Kazur, begins making his way back to the tavern. The two of you progress forward northwards, and you northwards, and then west, and then east, and then north, and then northeast, and then northwest, and you come across another intersection where you feel the scent splitting off. There's 2 very strong scents either way. So I would say with advantage, but this time the fact that the scent is strong in both directions, I'm just going to give you 1 roll to decide which way to go.
Does either of them look? Do I know which way is south at this point?
21.
The 21. You do know which way
21.
is south. South is directly right of you, north is directly left, and east is directly in front of you. 21. That'll do it. 21 sends you directly northwards and past a bunch of buildings, into a bunch of tents, down a hill, up a hill, down another hill, across the street, and you find yourself against this. It's almost like a basin. It's elevated ground all around you with this small little sewer grate in front of you, and there is a small face embedded in the ground in the I goofed. Embedded in the like steel work of the grate in front of you guys. It's not very intricate. It's not necessarily well done, but it's there and it resembles something that you haven't seen before yet in town.
I'll just look at.
Does this resemble the man hidden in the wall?
You're not entirely sure. It's possible, but you're not entirely sure.
I'm
I'm gonna roll real well just to get drugs, and I'm gonna roll like garbage when we need it.
Good job, puppy Ina. I'll just whisper as I go pet her. Make sure to stay in this form. You're probably safer this way.
So yeah, you're in this basin and the ground is sprawled up above you by about 10-15 feet. It's a very deep basin and there's a multitude of paths that lead down into this thing. And then as you look at the base of it, the great part of it, there's a face embedded in it facing directly west. So if you look at it directly west, it looks exactly like a face with a small, not a small, but like a manhole cover worth of grates in front of it. You're not entirely sure what to do with it, but
I'll try to pick up the manhole.
make a strength check.
Oh boy.
He's got a nat 20 this,
Oh,
and
if
I'm
only
gonna
we had a strength person.
Oh, that's not bad. 14.
To be fair, if we had Rose, she would be very.
you
against
reach
this,
down and
Yes, she would.
strain your muscles against it. You know, you're watching as a dog, as Kazura bends down and begins to try and pick up this sewer grate. It doesn't budge. It is stiff in there at this point.
I'll knock on it. Like,
Pong, pong, pong. Doesn't seem to
Ina's
budge at all.
listening. See if it
Nothing
responds.
seems to budge. Nothing seems to move. There's no other repercussions from the banging on it.
I'll say, greetings. I'm looking for some goods in Thieves' Camp. Aloud.
Nothing seems to happen. It just kind of, you can hear it kind of a little bit echo off of the tall walls around you, but nothing seems to
Jim's
happen.
not here, but
Man, they do not make it easy around here.
Noodle is mentally here, and she's like, numbers.
Oh.
You didn't hear that.
Kazura would know that. I'm an idiot, but Kazura is not. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's say I knocked in that pattern on the sewer grate.
How do you knock?
Like,
I'll give like a delay, so like boom, 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 boom.
Okay. You knock
Isn't it
and you
called
listen to the reverberations going through whatever's beneath it. Doesn't seem to react in any way.
Huh.
Ina goes, stands up, gets ready to duke. On.
But are you? I want to imagine you're that exact poodle. Like you're this little
That's what I'm
poodly
thinking.
dog. Ina, bark in this pattern.
I'll stop getting ready to duke.
Does not seem to have any effect on what's going on here.
Oh, good lord.
And
Bro, can I just do an intelligence check or an investigation check around me to like figure something out with these numbers? I'm too dumb right now.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Why not? We'll see what you come up with.
The player is too dumb. Oh my god, you gotta be fucking.
well, sounds like no one's getting high tonight.
It was a nat 1, but it's a 13.
No crack for Kazoo.
So, as you're sitting here trying
Come
to interpret what clues you've gotten thus far, you think you've gotten the right place. You've got the face in the ground, and the man hidden in the wall. This is perhaps that. You look around and you see equal spacing of things, but you've knocked on the wall, you had the dog bark, you've talked thieves' can into it. It's gonna take somebody else to crack this code that you have here.
Can I go? I'm gonna go out of dog form, go into Ina form. I'm gonna go like straight to the face's face, and be like, "We want some drugs. I've been up."
Roll a persuasion check.
You know, I was supposed to talk to the head. Oh my god.
9.
Nothing happens. It's a fucking face in the ground.
Ina, can we not yell that out in the middle of the night, please?
For some reason, I just pictured Ina like trying to take a crap as a dog and then just morphing back into a gnome.
Dude,
Nice.
yeah.
The other two of
Her
you, while
leg
you're at the bar,
lifted.
Baron, you come back in as Jen is collecting her spoils for the evening.
much
Jen,
did I
you
earn?
collect 4 gold,
Yay! 4 gold.
34 silver,
Yay!
Woo!
and
34 silver.
and 21 copper.
Yo, we actually have a party member with a profession. I mean, I guess
Janet-
Hey, I work.
Jin is smiling bright. She's like, wow, today was a successful night. Thank you. God that which I forgot the name of. Tritherion.
Yeah, you see that as you walk back in, Baron.
I'll clap.
The other
That's
two
like
of you.
How it worked with clap, right?
I think we'll probably. I'll be like, let's fucking go, mate. I'm tired.
It's been a while, Ina. I haven't had some fun in a while.
I'm not. But we can come back.
I'm getting angry that I can't figure this out. I feel like an idiot.
Why can't I? Don't have a clue. I've tried everything. I tried shitting on it.
Here, I'll give you. Here, read this. Here's the other clue that I was given.
The one clue is like,
Oh, I'll translate it. If you
um,
look,
Okay.
If you'd like to know more, find the man hidden in the wall. Southern pass amongst the weeds. The men amongst you will lead the path.
If you'd like to make a check,
Say it again,
Ina,
once
you
more.
can do it at disadvantage.
is it
what
along
check?
the weeds where you are?
An
That's the
intelligence
one
check.
thing I was thinking we didn't. I think we were supposed to go south instead of north.
Maybe you're still from there.
Or north from where?
18.
18. You get a general idea. You look at the face on where it faces, which is directly west, and then you look at the other lines and sewage that, like, not necessarily sewage, but drainage lines that lead in here, and it definitely resembles a clock, but you're not entirely sure how to put it all together yet.
Read it one more time for me.
I typed it out.
Okay.
But
You're not going to get another check if that's what you're asking for.
yeah.
That's where
No.
we're at this point.
Maybe our bard friend would be able to decipher it.
Hidden in the wall.
She seemed street smart.
I'm a friend.
Acquaintance.
I'd be interested in a little.
Asset. Maybe our bard asset could be of use.
To be fair, I'm pretty tired, mate. I feel like we're gonna have to come back here and tell mate about his body anyway. Might as well just wait till then.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll be back in town, I suppose.
Yeah. Let's head back
Alright.
to the bar.
Back to business. Yes.
All right. So you guys head on back to the tavern. Baron and Jen have sat back down after Jen's performance and making a fair amount compared to her last few days here. And sit down. They both have a few tankards in front of them. You guys return in. It seems like the night is starting to wind down a little bit. Less and less people entering the bar at the time.
Jin is giggling at something Baron said, I guess. I don't know.
Ina's gonna look at this situation and be like, Mm.
No, no.
Land dweller and sea dweller. The forbidden romance.
You could ask, but she will give you an answer.
No, Baron lets women hit on him. And
Yeah,
not
what happened to
hitting on-
Elizabeth?
She's not hitting on you. She's just laughing.
No, I know, but Ina
She's
turns
going.
everything into it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. She's all over Nina's eyes.
And I'm like, this could
Nina
work.
opens the indoor and they're just macking out on the table right now. Just-
No, she's just laughing. That's it. Jesus Christ.
Baron
Oh,
probably
right.
farted or something. That's stupid. I don't know.
My chair just broke. Just, no, it just shrunk.
But
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
the
Hey guys, no, but for bed. Getting pretty tired.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to find a place to sleep. Jin, you've been here a few
Mm.
days. What's the... Where you stand?
Don't
Does she have
tell
a
me
room?
outside.
Or has she been like just camping? For some reason I imagined her, she found a nice tree in the nearby woods and has just been
yeah, you
underneath
just
it.
like there is a gorgeous beach underneath the dock here, and you've just kind of been camping out underneath there at this point.
Oh, that's right. She can sleep in the ocean.
Yeah,
You're a beach bum.
yeah,
God.
you're a beach bum.
Oh, I've kind of just been sleeping in a nearby ocean, so.
Is that comfortable for you?
Oh, yes, I'm used to it.
Do you dry out if you don't swim?
No, I'm not like that, but I do miss the water from time to time.
What if we got a hotel room and you could sleep in the bathtub?
That sounds awful. Why would I do that?
I don't know, so we could all be together.
Why do you want? I can't take myself seriously being this low again. Ugh. I'm on
You're
You know,
chair.
a
did it
super
really
tall
break?
Character.
Yeah, like if I lean a certain way, sometimes like it'll
What's that?
push out the air on itself.
I mean, I wouldn't mind camping out with stars.
Oh, that is a choice, but I will say I made a killing tonight, so perhaps I can actually get a tavern for once.
True.
Okay, mate.
She cleaned up.
I did.
Alright.
If
I'd
I ever
rather-
need to perform again, I'll return here.
I'd rather have bed. Before we set out to possibly our demise tomorrow.
As your
Demise?
Demise. Death. Destruction.
Your demise.
The end of us.
No,
You are
it's
the-
gonna be fun.
You are the depressive sort, aren't you?
If only you knew, sweetheart.
Please do not call me that.
Yeah, that's Band's girl.
Fuck you talking
Do you
about
say that out loud?
You will say that, yeah.
Oh, she looks at Baron. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think that?
No, I've got a girl.
Ina has a thing with making jokes about like
I just
who they have.
love love.
She likes to think that there's like kid crushes going on.
Apologies. As lovely as you are, I do not. What do they say? Swim that way.
I can't even.
Okay.
I can't even swim. So I don't need it.
All right.
Yeah, she's a lesbian. Sorry.
I actually I figured that when you were rolling for another character, whether you thought that.
I roll for waitresses.
Oh, true. I thought you just rolled for everyone.
No. I do like rolling for people because it's just fun for me, but I purposely only rolled for women we encountered.
Interesting. Cool.
as you're sitting there and finishing this round of drinks, another waiter / waitress pops up. Hello, I've just come in for the evening, but can I bring you anything, or there anything you all would require for the evening?
Jeez.
Where's an inn? A good inn.
A good inn, if you would like to go to the northern side of the compound of Wishy Witch, would be the Twirling Dervish. However, if you would like to go to our sister establishment, as we are the tavern and we have the inn across the street, would be the Darling Daring, would be just as equatable if it was, in my opinion. We might not perhaps have the baths that they have, but we certainly have the beds and other means, if you were, that can substantiate your needs, if it were.
I'm gonna like whisper to the gang. The tea was fucking rank. Let's not go to the sister place. Sorry.
Make
Yeah,
a
sister
sleight of
place.
hand check there.
Ooh, I have +6. Am I wearing my gloves?
You have sleight of hand gloves?
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
Damn.
Oh, it's cocked. I can't tell. It's even
Roll-
either 11
roll-
or 13.
Roll again. Roll again.
No.
I got lucky to have Mexican Coke.
I know, I'm jealous. I'm like, damn, that sounds really good.
She doesn't seem
Yeah.
to make any notice towards what you're saying, Ina.
Good.
I'll whisper back to Ina, you know, they might have means of getting us what we're seeking, though.
No. The tea's bad, mate.
Geez, that bad.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll go to...
The whirling dervish? The twirling dervish?
Twirling Dervish is what she said.
To the twirling dervish.
All right, so you close out your tab here. It is a measly 8 copper for the
Oh,
drinks
okay,
that you had.
Wow. Dirt cheap here.
You make your way to the Twirling Dervish. As you walk in, it is a much finer establishment from the other places that you've been in here. It is a fine hand-carved, deep set wood. You're not entirely sure what kind of wood, but it is a deep, almost probably mahogany based, if it were, wood with candlelight everywhere and 2 paths that break off right, a large kind of convening area, and then 2 more paths that break off in diagonals like northeast and northwest. As you approach, the counter worker kind of steps up and, yes, hello, how may I help you? I assume you need some rooms for the night. Is it, are you sure you're in the right place?
This is the twirling dervish, isn't it?
And yes, it is the Twirling Dervish. I am Ahmed. How may I help you?
We need about. I'm gonna be like as proper old woman as I can. 4 rooms, actually.
4 rooms, of course. And do you need any extra accommodations for these rooms, or will it just be the 4 for the evening?
Actually, yes. I'd like everything. Everything that comes with this place.
Everything that comes with these places, indeed.
I want
And
the bath. I want scents in the bath.
do you prefer male or female accoutrement for the evening?
Hey-oh.
You said you
Wait,
prefer
Is
everything
this for
the evening.
everyone? Is
Well,
that including
Yes,
us?
she said that she would prefer everything for the evening. So for all 4 rooms, that would include
Oh,
bath
boy.
and accoutrement and food and liquor for the evening. So if
I'll
you
look
were,
back and be like, anyone want company?
Jin looks at Baird and Kazur, and she just kind of leans over, like,
What is an accoutrement? I've never heard that common before.
They hire a professional friend for the evening for you.
"Oh, okay, okay." And you're paying. She looks at Ina. Female, please.
of course, so 1 female for the interesting
Why are we hiring
looking one.
prostitutes?
Why not?
It's the medieval
Hey,
times,
sex
it
work
was-
is real work. That's all I have to say.
It is, but I'm also like, what are we doing?
For the other three of you, would there be anything of which you would require for the evening?
I
You
mean,
just
I'd like
met
someone
Jin and you're
to
already
bring me in.
spoiling her.
What was that, Ina?
I-
Sorry.
I just want someone to give me a massage, these old bones.
We can-
And someone to please fix my bunions.
We can, I'm sure, find someone to accompany your needs, ma'am.
Yeah.
And for the other two, is there anything of which you would require other than
Yeah.
a room
I
for
mean,
the
I
night?
could use a woman to fix this old bone.
We can, of course, accompany you if you would prefer more of a physical focus as opposed to emotional or sexual focus. That is not a problem. And for you, sir, you appear to be a bit more stoic. Is there anything we can do for you as opposed to the rest of them?
Crack, please.
No, some booger sugar, please. No, I'm trying to think. I need to roll a die for this, actually.
You got mushrooms and not the nice kind.
Hmm. No alcohol is necessary. But I don't need a companion, but maybe send up an individual who is wise about the streets.
and a freak in the sheets.
Male or female, I don't care. I'm only going to compensate.
Of course, I think we can find something that meets your needs, sir. But for the four of you, for the arrangements that have been made, the total will come to... She kind of pulls out a ledger and begins kind of calculating and
Wait,
pulls the
she?
pin. Yeah, it's a she. Pulls the pin. It's a pretty elderly looking elven or half elven woman. You're not entirely sure, but has some kind of gray with black underlights that happen down the hair. Seems very well put together, but pulls out a ledger and begins scribbling stuff down and kind of takes a second to lick the tip of her quill and then goes back to writing down. For the four of you, for the endeavors requested would be 20 gold for the night, and if you would prefer for the week, we can cut that down to 100 gold for the four of you for 1 week's worth of stay.
Oh, I don't.
What? How
Do
much?
you really not have any money?
I just was thinking about saying it. Okay.
I think she's the richest one out of all of us.
Yeah, I have like over 1,000 gold right now. We don't need to stay a week, do we? I didn't even know.
Over 1,000
We're not staying a week.
70.
We're staying here for the night.
Yeah, we'll just take tonight. It's fine. Maybe
Of
maybe next
course.
time we'll stay a little longer.
So 20 gold for the night, and we'll have your baths filled and your other requests fulfilled as time sees fit. It some of you it may be later, and some of you it may be earlier. It just depends on when I can procure the right resources from our establishment. But here are your keys, and she lays out 4 separate keys for those who wish to have them. These are yours for the evening. Please return them before tomorrow, or the end of tomorrow, I should say, or else we'll have to start charging you on the daily basis.
Ina's gonna
Thank
grab the
you.
key and go, yoink.
I am debating if I want to be the stereotypical bard and start flirting with her, or do I just want to like move on? I'll just move on.
All
Aw.
right. So you all grab your keys and head up. They are all right next to each other. They are all decently sized rooms that come with decently sized, very nice padded beds. They all have a bath that after a while somebody is brought in and they start filling the bath with nice hot water. There are armoires that you can place your belongings into. There are armor stands of which you can place your armor upon. Weapons can be placed next to the fire or next to the armor stand, just kind of depending. But they are very nice rooms as compared to what you've sometimes stayed in. So
Ina's immediately gonna get naked, jump in the top, stick her toes out, and point at them.
I want to make sure that I'm not in the room beside Ina. I don't want to hear her have sex or get her bunnies fixed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
see, the funny thing is you don't know which is which.
I don't know what's going on. I just know it's loud and gross.
So you watch the room that Ina enters and you see 319 and you look at your key and it says 320 and you're like, hey, Jen.
Fuck.
And you trade Jen keys.
Jin, I have this weird thing. I hate even numbers. Can I trade rooms with you, please?
Oh, sure. Do you mind telling my female companion?
I mean, y'all are
I don't like-
swapping. Y'all don't have assigned ones, really. They both ordered.
Yeah, I
females.
got a female companion too.
Oh, right. Have fun.
And she gives you her key.
Alright. Yours just walks in with a dwarven lady with a beard. Alright.
Wait, Jin walks into your room with the dwarven lady with the beard.
You'll get to talk and compare about them tomorrow morning. See who won.
Yay!
But you all get your accompaniments for the night, your drinks / food for the evening, your bunion carers.
I want
For the
these
evening.
feet shining.
I'm pretty sure you can't fix bunions except for
Yeah.
surgery.
You can use
Yeah.
surgery to fix bunions. Bunions are like...
My corns. My
There you go.
corns.
It's
I don't
medieval
know.
times. You can fix bunions. It's fine. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes divine intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, a cleric walks in. Lord, and bless these feet.
Wait, Baron could have done that the whole time?
Morden, bless these feet. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Either way.
Baron's a foot man. I forgot.
You have your accompaniments for the evening. You all enjoy your nice night of revelry and go to sleep for the evening. And I guess that's where
We
we'll
don't
pick
wanna-
up next time.
Oh man, I wanted to role play the awkwardness of like the person assuming they're like, all right, I gotta sleep with this guy, and I'm like, no, I don't want that.
No, true.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine to play again. I play more, but it's 9:15 our
Yeah,
time,
true.
10:15 their time. So
True.
Picturing the prostitute going into Kazur's room, and it's just like Kazur emerges naked or just in his like underwear, his little briefs.
I sleep in my armor, man. Like this stuff doesn't come off.
yeah,
Just
I
out
mean,
of
it's
the-
got to come off at some point. So he's just saying like that awkward moment when it's off and you're just like standing there and it's like,
Oh.
oh shit.
The moment I take my armor off is the moment the ninjas and assassins get me. It's where they all come out, and then I have to. Oh god,
Wow.
I'm naked.
Well,
How do you take a bath?
With guards.
I usually don't.
Ew!
Missouri is grimy. Well, he's gonna take a bath tonight because he can lock
Dirt
his door.
wizard.
Wait, do I have a
Not
window or not?
only is he got the like long black hair, it's greasy too. Ugh.
Do I have a window? If I have a window, I'm not bathing. But if I don't have a window, I will bathe.
Can you lock the
You do not have a window.
Okay, Kazura will be clean.
I think your assassins know you don't clean yourself by now.
But yes,
Does this
you all
man ever bathe?
you all go to sleep for the evening, rejoicing in the fact that you can take a moment to relax before you go on your next adventure, possibly with this new person that you just met and paid for a room, an expensive room.
Oh,
Yeah, she's like, "Whoa, you spoiling me."
You're gonna just mooch off Ina the whole time. It's like, I'll stick around this person if they keep paying.
spend?
you know,
I literally gave like what $2,000 to my random people. Like,
All the power to you. Like that's great. Like we're not judging you
No,
at all.
no, I'm just saying. Like, I gave them that, and I still have that.
Yeah.
How much could I charge you for just a little ribbon thing that says, I'm with the Da Vincian Order? Yes, this is a very expensive heirloom in my order.
To be honest, you guys are always such a surprise on what happens. I had
You
like
didn't expect us
I had
to
like
just chill in the city and look
pretty
for
much
drugs.
pretty much y'all always looking for trouble. I had like 4 or 5 different encounters planned, and then it was just like, nah, we're bar hopping and looking at sewers.
But we
We're
met in-
getting drunk.
yeah, we found out our paths are intertwined.
You
Yes.
did. You found that out. And I mean, once again, it's not anything against you. It's just like I had all these things planned out and then you didn't go there. All the power to you. But like I had the city planned out, so it doesn't matter. You could still feasibly encounter these 4 things.
True. You should.
It just didn't happen today. So I just never know what to
Yes,
expect
the
with you guys.
Mafia boss.
We just had to
You're
have
gonna
sex.
meet the Dawn.
I'm just gonna have sex.
Baird. No. You're once married.
Yeah, and now he's not.
A single dwarven man.
Mhm.
I get
Can we
by.
just play
That
like
chair one, yeah.
the whole like, okay, we've got a bard, we've got a warlock, we got a druid. The cleric dwarf is the one that is just absolutely just getting railroaded by all of the women in this campaign. Like I mean,
Different character.
they know what's up. They know what's up. That's all there is to it.
Mhm.
I'm sorry that my thief is a good Seraphin boy. He doesn't partake in bad things.
True.
Except crack.
Except crack.
He's not looking for crack, okay?
Yeah.
He's looking for psychedelics.
He's looking for acid.
Mhm.
That
All right.
DMT.
I'm gonna finish up stream. You guys have a wonderful
sorry.
evening. No, you're all good.
Yeah.
I love talking with you guys. If you want to talk more after we get done with all of it, that's fine. But I'm gonna finish up stream so I can close that out on my computer. So
For sure.
Yeah.
I'll probably hop off.
Yeah. You guys.
thank
have-
you. Thank you guys for hanging out for this evening. I love each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed this moment as well. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.